Okay,
Yes,
fine.
copyright violation, IP infringement. I'll lose my job
I know
altogether.
that. That's why I wanted to be confirmed. No problem. We'll not record it. Yeah.
Yes, but I am available to you folks based on how things go. Let us see. I had offered clarification session for earlier batches also. So after the 2 days that we go through today, tomorrow, you. So let's to talk about the exam thing, beginning with the end goal in mind. So ultimately, we need to understand SAFE with the perspective of product owner, product manager, and be able to get certified. Am I right? Is that your goal? I
Absolutely.
hope I
Yes.
am in alignment with you all. Okay. So, are you all willing to be professional agilist in this class also?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll try our
Yeah,
best.
be the role model. Okay. That means I don't have to remind people to turn on the cameras. Correct? One of the core principles of being agile is face to face communication. Whatever be the work environment we are in, we are supposed to communicate face to face, whether it is in person, whether it is online. So that means if you are physically in an office, avoid email writing to your team members as much as you can. Go talk to them, right? This will add a lot of effectiveness in our ways of working. Make sense? So I invite you all to be like agilists. All right. Exam 40 minutes, 90 minutes, 45 questions. So time wise, no pressure. Okay, everybody? Time wise, no pressure. Pretty easy exam. I have taken it multiple times, say POPM. So that's good. You will have 30-day window. Tomorrow, I will mark your attendance on the SAFE platform. From that moment, you will have 30 days window for taking the exam. So you will see all that tomorrow in your learning plan under your Safe Studio, and you can go through step by step. You will also have access to one full length practice test. Okay, everybody? I hope you all, those who are already certified, are aware. Please correct me if I am saying anything wrong. You will have access to one full length test that you can do as many times as you want. However, the questions are, I think, same. The PDF material remains your number one source and primary source. If you are not clear with the bullet points on the material that you have got, you can refer scaleagileframework.com. Okay, everybody? Scaleagileframework.com. Also, I would like to share screen. Let me see if I am able to do that. Okay. So we are on MS Teams. So sharing becomes slightly challenging, but we will overcome that. All right. So what I'm doing is I am I'm sharing that PDF that you also have a copy of. This is a very handy basically workbook. If you were in a physical class, you can take a printout of that. Since we are in an online class, it really helps us in many ways. I'll show you sharing the screen. There you go. Just give me a thumb up if you are able to see the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Great. So here, if you see the material structure, I want to tell you because this will help you. As a lovely booklet created. Initially, few safe diagrams are there. So I have also shared the posters of safe with you. So you don't have to look like this and that. You can just look at the posters that I have shared with you already. So if we go down here, these are the six. Oops. These are the six chapters. If you see here, starting with introduction to product owner, product management, then other stuff. But I'll tell you the structure of the course documents. So if you see all activities, for example, we'll be playing. Okay, the response is not that. Yeah, let's say we'll be playing some videos. So you have. So please keep it open. I'll tell you slide number or maybe play the video. You will have to play the video locally from your PDFs and watch it locally. That will be give you better experience, isn't it? Rather than me playing and sharing and sound delay, all that. What is better? You click on that. So I'll be telling you the slide number from time to time. So this is the slide number. I will tell you 1.9 or something or around that time. Okay, if you go further, all these bullet points are there. We'll go through the content. Don't worry. Important slides I have already sorted out. For activities also, there are placeholders for you. If you are on a physical document, you can write notes or whatever way. Digital way also for activities, there are several placeholders for you. From time to time you have just like for example action items. So you can actually type here. Right? If you want to write something, you got it. Just like making notes. So digitally also you can write notes and save the document locally. Now, more very important thing, at the end of every chapter, there are some important links to the articles. If you see, So this is your accountability. Whenever you feel like going deep into any concepts, you can refer the articles from the Scaled Agile framework, also some other blogs. And if you are avid reader, there are some references of books outside of Scaled Agile framework also. Right? So every chapter at the end, there are some important links available to you. If you see here, lesson one notes. Yeah, it's just response is slightly slow when yeah. So at the end, lesson one notes and then lesson two starts. Okay, everybody. So I hope you are comfortable with the material. Those who are certified earlier also, you are there. Also, what I'm going to do is go to scaleagileframework.com. Just in case you have not done it, please keep it open. Scaleagileframework.com is an amazing website for any topic that you want to go deeper, because we are not going to cover everything in safe in 2 days, of course, isn't it? We are going to learn the overview of the framework and go deep into product owner, product manager. So in case you want to go into anything, let's say you want to go deep into DevOps. So you all know, can anyone help how to go into DevOps detailing from scaleagileframework.com? Who can help me?
Click that. By click.
Just click that. Yes, absolutely. Don't worry.
Clicking
Yeah.
this,
So just simply,
yeah. So it will
yeah,
turn
click that
on.
icons. I just have to tell the first timers who are not attending any course. So simply click on that, and DevOps related much more information is there. In fact, the information is so much and gets added so much that even I have and many people in the world have not gone through all the material. So it's like as and when needed, you can refer the material on the website, PDF and all. So this is how the you can prepare. Exam you can take any time that you wish after the class is over. Did I miss anything? Yeah. Any other question you have about how to make use of this time and material and exam? Anyone has any other question? Give me a thumb up if you are good to go, or raise a hand for question. This is the raise hand option.
So,
Okay, there are a couple of hands raised. Sumantra, do you have a question?
Yeah, hi Vineet, morning. So our this the membership will be valid for it says only up to June end.
See, what is your account? I am not sure, Sumantra, but generally what happens for every safe certification, you get membership of 1 year after successful completion of the course. So maybe when did you do your earlier
Okay,
certification, Sumantra?
it was in 2021 and it was valid for 1 year.
Okay, and after that, did you renew
And
it?
yeah, after that I had renewed it and it got expired in 2023. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
here when you changed my from the official ID to my personal one, so I was expecting that after completion it will be showing till for 1 year, but it is showing only for the June end.
see, I will just keep it simple, Sumantra. Let this class be over. If you have any discrepancy, just like Chanda said, write a mail to support@scaledagile.com. Tell them the scenario. This is
Okay,
what has happened. Tell them, hey, link all my certificate to this account. That's all. So
okay.
since there is complication, you have seen, right, in the enablement session, we were dealing with 3 email
Yeah.
IDs. So I've tried my best based on what you have shared, but then I do not have more control on what is in the back end of the scale thing, right? So
Okay.
let the
Okay.
class be over, then write to them, explaining very clearly so that they can do this. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Thanks.
so my assumption would be with pretty high confidence that you will have your safe community membership renewed for 1 year from 3rd of May tomorrow. It should be the case, right? Because you just done a certification and you are eligible for 1 year of membership. All right, Sumantra. So let this class be
Okay.
over,
Okay.
then only your membership will be renewed. All
Okay.
right, thank you. Shall we move on to our first activity?
I have one question. Sorry.
Yes? Yes, Amaze.
Related to the exam, will it be the same way the safe agilist open book?
Open book, I mean, see, there is nobody who officially says open book, but yeah, as long as you are able to, time wise, not an issue. So I encourage you to be comfortable with the material just in case you don't remember anything. So you can go back to that slide, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And read through it and make your selection. Yes, open
I
book, absolutely fine.
I got a workbook downloaded at 6.0.1 and you are using
Yeah.
6.0. So
Yeah, that is version of the course material, which is okay. Safe
Okay.
6.0 is a major safe framework version. 0.01 is some edits on the PDFs and all. So don't worry.
Thank
Okay.
you. That's all. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So 6.601, 6.02, maybe tomorrow 6.1.0, all this will happen. But broadly, we are in which version of safe? Version 6.
Version
Okay,
6.
everybody?
Yeah.
We are in the version. So this picture, that framework picture that you have is version 6. Okay, everybody?
Yeah.
All right. So I would like to invite you for a good chit chat so that you get comfortable with each other. Some of you have seen me earlier. I am not going to follow the slide sequence or slide by slide presentation. So because otherwise this class will become too boring, I will try to be more spontaneous, more natural while covering all the learning objectives. So I'll start with the icebreaker with you all since we have divided 4 groups. Uh, for now, Chanda, I'll have to pause because I would like to get started with one activity. After the activity, you may ask. So, Rakshit, are you ready with the breakout room creations? Have you moved all the people? And Amish took team 4.
Yeah, I have made the changes.
Yeah, okay. So I will tell you the instructions, then I'll ask Rakshit to open the breakout rooms for 7 minutes. So here is the deal. I would like you to discuss few things. One, what is a product or a solution? There is no written slide on this. If you want, if it helps you, make a note. I'll let you self-organize on that, right? Self-manage your issues. So first thing, what is product or a solution, right? Second thing, product owner or product management. What are these? Kis chidiya ka naam hai? What are these things, right? A very brief answer that you can come up. So main thing, discuss with each other and come up with a very short response. I'll be inviting volunteers from each team. For example, I say, hey, from team 1, anyone, can you define what is product for you or solution for you? So I would like volunteers to come forward. Only share what was agreed in your group. No individual opinion for debriefing. Is it okay, everybody? If you have not discussed that part, your team has the right to say, Vineet, we did not reach this far, so we don't have an answer. Okay, everybody? So only the shared understanding of what was already discussed will be appreciated. So one thing is, what is this product and solution thing? What is this product ownership or product management? And the third thing, what is safe? So I would like you to have a free flow conversation. Also, say hello to each other as you are meeting first time. I mean, in this class, that is with your group. I'll ask Rakshit, if you are ready, please open the breakout room for, because it's the first activity, I'll be lenient with the time, 10 minutes. And Rakshit, let us know verbally that you have opened the room so that I can also keep track of the time here.
Yeah, give me a minute.
No problem. This is a slide challenge, friends. So we have to support Rakshit also. I don't have organizer rights on the meeting, so I'll have to take help.
Hello,
Hello.
very
Good
good.
morning.
Hi. Morning.
Total, how many
Am I
people?
audible?
Hello,
Yes, loud
good
and clear.
morning.
Very good morning. How many people are there in one room? Now we have
I
7.
think it's
Seven. I can
six,
see
right?
7 of us. I think 7.
Seven.
Okay.
Yeah, seven.
All right. Can you start with our introduction? I will take it
Yeah.
as a yes. Okay. I am Amit Shah Malik. I am from Pune. I completed my Safe Agilist certification in November 2023. It's still active, of course, with Hexaware. And I manage a few projects like ELV and EY. Uh, and right now I'm managing competency reallocation of the candidates and resources with the less experienced one. That's all about me. Thank you.
So, hello
Uh,
everyone, this is Vaijayanti here. You want to go ahead, Sumatra?
You already gone, Vajanti. Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, I have completed Safe Six Agilist, and basically I am taking care of the offshore water project as a Scrum Master and Project Manager. That would be about me. Next one to go.
Sumant, you're clicking our photograph?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Morning.
Okay.
So I've been with Hexaware since going to be 9 years, and at present I'm working as one of the offshore SDMs for KPMG. And I've completed my Safe Agilist certification in 2021 September, and this is going to be the second certification for me. And, I've been more or less, not more or less, I mean 97 or 98% of my work experience is related to being like functional consultant as product owner, like that. And prior to Hexavar, I was attached with multiple like product companies, and that's all. And that's I feel like this certification.
Thanks, Sumatra. So, hello, myself Vetri. So, I'm based at Chennai. So, I take care. I'm service delivery manager for HTPS EU accounts, Europe accounts. I take care. I think it's good to see like many safe agile, specifically in Team 4. We could see, I think the three, right? I think 3 or 4 people are really safe. Yeah, definitely, it's a good start. Yeah, over to you, Stuti.
Thank you, Vetrivel. Hi, I'm Shruti Vanda. Very good morning. Actually, I'm completely new to this safe stuff. So, I expect you all to help me with this safe training.
Sure.
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, hi, good morning everyone. So I'm really happy that in our team already there are people those who are very conversant with the safe things and all. That is the best thing. And I have joined Hexaware in 2022. It's been 1 year and 8 months so far, and I'm working as a project manager for PVM Perfective and Millay for that company. And I'm taking care of few smaller accounts as well. So I think this certification will be beneficial and this training will definitely help me. Yeah, that's it.
I think Sushila, last one, who wants to? Who else left? Sorry.
Looks like Sushila is not there. Can we go ahead with that question? What is product or solution?
Yep.
Yeah, I think in simple terms, product is something like fulfilling the customer requirement, right? I mean, in a simple terms.
Packaging that requirement into a deliverable or shippable component. I guess that's what my thing is.
Yeah,
We collect
right.
the customer
So,
requirement, make it
so I
into
would.
yeah.
Uh,
Yes, yes.
Guys, yeah. So I would add on to that. So it is like you said, getting the customer's requirements, but we cater not to a single customer, but multiple requirements whom we are meeting,
Sumatra, I
and
think
we are
your
building
voice is
something which
break.
is like user scale.
Voice is breaking, so no, we're not able to
Yeah,
hear. Customer
just a
requirement
moment,
becomes
just a
user
moment.
story. User story, group of user story becomes product backlog.
Maybe
Can we,
fulfilling the customer requirement, right? Yeah, I think as I mean, Mesh told, like I think it's something a
Shippable, yeah.
shippable in simple
Product
terms,
or a
right?
solution, yeah, exactly. And then
Right.
what is the difference between
Is something you deliver a product also shippable. You deliver.
Sorry,
So we have
Sumatra,
to
still I
have
think
that in mind that something
still
which
you
can be
are
used by multiple customers
like,
and across a particular solution or something you are giving it. So that becomes a product. It is solution to a business
Sumatra, I think
Sorry, not
multiple
able to
still
understand.
like
Not able to understand.
maybe you need to switch over the network, Sumatra.
Yeah, or maybe your Bluetooth battery is gone. As simple as that. But it's okay, no problem. I got the point. He's trying to say that he's looking into a multiple customer point of view, what we are going to do as a product owner or solution. But yeah, eventually it flows like that. Customer requirement is product owner's responsibility to make it user story or get it user story, have a backlog of it, and with the team, he is going to select it, which sprint should be given a priority to those user story. And in review, they are going to review with the customer, and one, it will be accepted. If it's rejected, then it goes to a retrospective and again goes into project, this sprint planning. So this will be the flow.
Here I think the ask, I think, what is the product one? Okay, and I think the one which we have discussed on
Yeah.
top of it, what is the product owner's responsibility, right? Something like,
The second one is difference between product owner and product manager.
okay,
It's a
got it.
very challenging question. Yeah. So Sumanta, can
Uh,
you? Okay. Anyone?
Yeah. So
yeah,
are you able to hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes.
we do.
Great. So for the question two, so the answer, probable answer would be like the product owner is the has the complete ownership of the functionalities and features, or the ways how to the problem is being addressed. Okay, and the product manager on the other side would be more responsible for like how the deliveries are planned, how the releases are planned, like then the revenue stream, the roadmaps. Okay, like what is the product roadmap? So that probably the product manager would be deciding. And whereas the product owner would be more hand in glove with the business stakeholders, interacting with them to understand the problems. And this is how I'm planning to give you a solution.
Uh,
Okay, so from the revenue perspective,
Again we are
We
losing you,
lost you
but
again.
yes, of course, the boundary he drawn is correct. The only thing which I
Hmm.
have different opinion is, as a product owner, that he don't look into the problem solving comes into the
Yes.
management. He is the one
Hmm.
who's actually going to bring customer requirement. For example, he want xyz feature, he's going to throw it to the team, which is a product manager, and it's a product manager's responsibility how to deliver it, what are the problems, how to solve, and sorted
Hmm.
out the things. That's what I think. What do you think?
Can I give some few points here?
Yes, yes, please.
That
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
product,
please.
22
yeah,
seconds, please, please,
the
fast. Yeah.
the product owner has the complete responsibility of the product backlog. I mean, he is sure about what is required, and the product manager looks after the execution of the
Yes.
overall
Hmm.
solution,
Perfect,
yeah.
perfect,
developing the
perfect, perfect,
solution. Yeah,
exactly.
he looks
That's
after the execution. Yeah.
yes. Thank you. Hi.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. How was the conversation in your group?
It's a
Yeah,
great,
it was
Okay.
quite
good
interesting.
connect.
Yeah, I
Initially
think
it
we,
took it's too much
yeah.
time. Later on, we understand it's a less time.
Yeah.
Okay, and I hope you were able to say hello to each other as well, everybody.
Right,
Yes.
right. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, did you find familiar faces in your groups?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Now we became familiar now.
Now you became familiar. Great. Well, thank you so much for active participation. And I would like to invite, let's say, Team 4, going in reverse order. Anyone from Team 4, what is a product or a solution? Did you reach an agreement on that?
Yeah. Last lady.
Team 4.
Maybe Amaze, you want to go
Yeah.
ahead? I think you are
The
in
the
mute.
last lady who actually drawn it very correctly within a 15 seconds. I would like her to speak. I sorry, I
Yeah.
forgot her name.
Yeah, hi. Uh, yeah, Vinit, we discussed that
Yes.
the
Yes.
product is nothing but a solution to a problem where we definitely solves the requirement. We ensure that the requirement is fulfilled, what is given by the client. And when we discussed about the difference between a product owner and a product manager, basically in one line, we can say that the product owner is responsible of the product backlog. What has to be done, that surety is there with the product owner. However, how to execute, how to find the solution to reach there or to get the objective, that is the work of the product manager. The execution is completely the responsibility of the product manager. That's what we discussed.
Sipalin, you brought a great point here actually. So your answer to product is absolutely right. A product or a solution is a way to solve a problem for the customer that you deliver to the customer, right? So that is the idea. And product owner and product manager, a very clear answer. What is Sipalin from team to saying? Product owner is the overall thing and product manager does the execution, correct? So who is the higher authority, Sipalin, according to you? Owner or the manager in this scenario? Who is the higher up?
Owner. Yeah. She
Yeah.
explained it very well. That's why I nominated her.
Yeah. So as per, if I understand correctly, as per your explanation, owner is higher and the execution is taken care by product manager. Am I right?
No, I don't think so. They both
No, but
have
then you said
important.
then the execution is done by the product manager. I heard you saying.
That is the
Because in,
responsibility of the
yeah,
product
but then who
manager,
is
but
higher up?
Responsibility means same thing.
I don't think that we can put them in a hierarchy. They both are important to
Yeah.
deliver the best solution.
No. I'm not arguing they're important or not. I'm not arguing that. They are important, we all agree. Correct? But there has to be. So,
So,
as per common sense, if we don't look at the scaled agile framework document, the normal sense is owner is higher and owner hires managers. Correct or not? I am the owner of the
Exactly.
company. Then I hire an HR manager, an admin manager to take care of departments. Correct? This is common sense. And this is also as per pure Scrum or professional Scrum. SAFe has twisted it a little bit. That is the reason I'm asking, I was going deep, right? SAFe has twisted it. In SAFe, who is higher up in the authority? Manager or product management. Yes, and it's, I mean, I don't know whether I should call it a sad reality or an unfortunate thing that the product manager or management is higher and they are hiring owners, right? And product owners are under them in the hierarchy. These are, I mean, you know, right? I have discussed some of the things with you in the Safe Agilist course also, that there are some debatable points in the Scaled Agile framework, and we don't have to argue on that, right? That is how the framework is. So in the framework, who is higher up in, say, Scaled Agile? Product manager or the product management? All right. Am I right? Those who have done any self certification, who is higher up at art level? Product
yeah,
management. And at team
product
level, owner, right? So that is one thing I wanted to tell you. But what you said, Sipalin, is right. Generally, the owner has a vision or strategy, correct? And product managers under them, they execute. But here it is ulta, reverse. Can you all remember this? We'll come back to the picture, but we will, yeah. Can you give me a thumb up, everybody, if you get this message? Yeah, so product owner is more like visionary and all, and manager is more about managing the stuff, doing the more tactical stuff. But in SAFe, the product management is higher up, they connect with the customer more, they take the decision, and product owners are at team level. Clear, everyone? Product owners are at team level. Great, thank you so much. Kesavan, you have a hand raised. Quick question. Yes, please.
None, I don't have it.
No, you had a hand raised. All right.
Instead of thanks.
No problem. Yeah, great conversations. Let's feel light in this class. Okay, now I would like to invite team 3. What is Scale Agile Framework? Did you discuss that part, team 3?
Unfortunately, we could not reach there. We were on, yeah. So
no problem. No problem. So can you share one key thing from your group conversation, Salil, from team 3? Or anyone from, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. This is Tarunal here. So we had touched upon only two things, Vinith. One is on the product and solution. From product perspective, based on our discussion, it goes with a new idea that we are planning to give it to the end customer. So it may be a service or it can be an item that we are creating it. Solution is basically the steps to achieve the product, whatever that we have visionized already, and fulfilling the requirements that we had already received. So this is between the product and solution. And
Yeah,
product
so solution, just to clarify, solution is not the steps. Solution is the end, what you have built. The steps to reach there is called development value stream. The steps is not a solution, right? The steps is not a solution. Like, let's say when you want to build a new product, you could be doing designing, coding. These are the steps. The steps to reach that is not. The end Product is the solution. Clear?
Okay.
If I heard you, yeah. So not the steps. This is basically we are coming to value stream. We will be covering that in a few minutes. Thank you, Sarvana. Anything else you want to add, Sarvana?
And we had also discussed about the product owner and manager. So product owner, we see it as responsible for managing the end-to-end requirements, and the person is acts as a bridge between the business and technical team. Whatever the transactional thing that happens between team and also business, the product owner is managing that. Product manager we see as managing the end-to-end day-to-day activity and the delivery management in building the product. So that's how we see product manager.
Yeah, in our hierarchy, if you do a parallel with how our service organizations are, based on my experience, you are very correct. Product manager could be more like delivery managers or something like it. See, there is always going to be some gray area. How do you map it in your context, right? Because there is no organization. I mean, every organization has their own hierarchy. Some organizations have account manager. Then under account manager, we have delivery manager. Under delivery manager, we have program manager. Correct? Under program manager, we have project manager. It depends on the size of the account or the customer that we are talking about, isn't it? In some of the accounts I worked, we had an account director and straight away team leads. So it depends, right? There could be multiple layers. Have you seen these, heard these terms? Account manager, delivery manager, project manager, program manager, all this? Yeah.
Yes.
So this is, very contextual. It depends on how you define it. One of the challenges for you will be try to understand if at all there is a mapping, right? Because the scaled agile framework cannot dictate terms here. Well, thank you so much. Maybe higher up in the hierarchy is product manager. Thank you so much. Team two. Anything. So let's do one thing. Team two, any representative, one striking this conversation that you had in this group. Maybe starting with, did you discuss scaled agile framework?
Yes, we had more discussion on the product and the solution, right? So how it is done. So what's a product actually? So how it is being created, right? So how it is addressing the market conditions, or how we are adapting to digital changes, like how we did for Paytm or PhonePe, right? So a solution, how we come in, and it should be a unique product, right? So that's one thing which we had. And also we started discussing on product management as well. So how and what the product management is. So how it is being done. So we could not get into safe discussion at all.
No problem. No problem. That's fine. It was more like icebreaker. It's more to get you going. See, scale agile framework is a framework. We might not have a standard answer. SAFe defines few things in their own way. So which is fine. It's all about how you interpret it in your context. Thank you so much, Kesavan. Team one. At least say yes. Could you discuss what is SAFe?
Yes, no, this is Chanda. We discussed what is product and we discussed what is PO safe. There was a time up, so we could not discuss.
No problem.
Product is something that aligns with the company's vision to go to market with standards or specific set of features.
Product has features. Yeah, you can say that.
Yes, it should align with the company's vision, a set of features or functionalities. What is a product owner? Product owner is for product owner works with the business to to define product goals, considering the priority and vision of the product. PO should be able to maximize the work done with the healthy backlog.
Okay, not maximize the work done, maximize the value out of the work done, right? This slight misunderstanding can create havoc. Oh, maximize the work done, let's work overtime. No, work limited but maximize the value. It's like the famous movie Amar Akbar and Dhoni, the famous dialogue, right? Ek mara jor ka mara, isn't it? So the idea of real product ownership is do less. I have seen industry suffering because of the idea, oh, let's do more. No, do less, but create more value. Do you see a difference here? It's not about doing more and producing more. It's about focusing on where there is more value. If I have 20 things to do, I will choose only 2 things which has highest possible value. Make sense? So that I am never burnt out, I am working limited, my creativity at its peak, my physical health and mental health is good. I am talking about entire team here. We are in an industry which is not about running machines and resources. Correct? We are in a knowledge work. Everything we do every day, do you all have to apply your brains? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Even writing an
Yes.
email requires us to think. Correct? Even responding to an email requires us to think. We are not just entering office and switching on a machine and just observing how the machine is operating. No, we are thinking all the time. Yes or no, everybody? Give me a thumb up if you are thinking. No thumb up means you're not thinking at work, right? We're all thinking at work, even little conversation, always brain at work, as we say. This is called knowledge work, and knowledge work is not about doing more. If you do more and more, your mind will not be working effectively. So that is the idea. So product ownership is about maximizing value out of the limited capacity we have. Limited means maybe 8 hours a day. What is the official work hours? Official. I know there are things happening in our IT industry, sadly, but what is the official work hour per day for us?
Yeah,
9 hours
8.5.
8 hours.
with
Eight
breaks.
or
8 hours.
1 hour
8
break.
hours.
1 hour break. So 9 hour we are logging in, 8 hours we are productive, as we say, correct? Very industrial mindset of saying productive, correct? Which is there. I mean, we can't deny that there is a lot of history here. The way software industry got, developed into a big industry, the rudimentary failure of first calling software as an engineering thing. Correct. That was the first mistake software did, calling it engineering, thinking it is just like manufacturing. Our project management processes and all are all from manufacturing. Do we call human beings as resources? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Yeah, we treat them as raw materials, correct? It's all about 8 hours billable head count. And then you all know, do we really work 8 hours or more or less? Hand on heart. Tell me, right? This is a classroom. We need to be open here. Is it really 8 hours a day or does it go more than that?
More than that. More than
More
that.
than that. Correct?
Yes.
Because the whole mentality of treating people resources and all. Yeah. So we work extra, and that is again another problem. Second, blindly copying manufacturing concepts. We have metrics like productivity. Correct or not? Resource utilization for people. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are all in. Yeah. This unfortunately a lot of damage. And the third mistake of software industry was including waterfall in our way of developing. How many of you have worked in waterfall SDLC at least once? Or even now? Yeah?
I think
all of us.
Yes.
All of you. Yeah,
Yes.
great. And thank you so much for your openness. You won't believe, friends, I've shared this in my other courses, leading safe or otherwise in my Scrum Master course, that it was such a big mistake. The creators of waterfall or the thought leaders of waterfall in 1974, before I was born, said waterfall is not the right way for software development. We won't you I mean it's a sad reality that 5 decades and still we are doing waterfall like project planning, believing things will work as expected and all of these, isn't it? Product development, product management, product ownership is a game of uncertainty. It's not a game of certainty. We are trying to overly predict future by fixed contracts and fixed plans. But what is needed? What is the definition of agility? Responding to change. Correct or not?
Yes.
One of the 4 values, responding to change over following a plan.
Following plan.
Yeah, that is what. But we are still talking about, can you give a certain plan? Can we give a certain estimates? Now, friends, how would you like me to be? Open, very open, speak my heart, or diplomatically correct?
Very open.
Open is good, right?
Open.
Yeah.
Very open.
Please don't disclose anything outside, otherwise I'll lose my job. Okay. Dean Leffingwell, if he hears me, he will fire me. So I'll be very open, but this is because it's a classroom setup, right? So you also discuss, I also discuss. We are all here to learn. Okay, everybody? Can I get a thumb up from you if you are willing to have an open conversation here, everybody? Yeah. Now, just to tell you, because the bureaucracy came in because of misunderstanding of software development and too much of hierarchy and approval process and not empowering people on the ground, we know this, this is still happening. Out of the core agile things like say Scrum, Kanban, which was more about empowering people and getting rid of unnecessary processes and all, SAFe exploited the mindset of many companies that they need bureaucracy. Correct? They need certainty. Managers are measured on certain delivery. And SAFE, unfortunately, has a lot of elements which is continuing those practices. Okay, everybody? However, there are some great stuff. So please be open. We are here to learn what is in SAFE, not to debate whether it is going to work exactly or not. Correct, everybody? So there is a framework which is popular. So let's accept it. But then if you really go too deep, there are many things in SAFE which are debatable. So I will try to share my experiences from time to time. Great job, great activities. It was just a starter. Okay, before we move further, I am looking at the time. I need feedback from you. Would you need longer breaks, like instead of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, instead of 30 minutes lunch break, 45 minutes and stay till 6? Or would you be okay with little shorter break, like 10 minutes break twice before lunch, 10 minutes break after, and lunch also 30 odd minutes and finish early? What will be your preference? Please type it on the chat. Finish early, longer break, or finish early with shorter breaks, or stay till 6 with longer breaks? What's your preference, friends? Can you type it on the chat?
Early means how early, Vineet? How?
Yeah, please type it. Finish early with shorter breaks. Okay, I see first response from Omkar. Finish early, shorter break, finish early. Looks like that's going to be the thing. Okay, then good. Uh, so shorter break means we started at, let's say, 8:50. So we will have our first break at around 10-ish, right? 10 or 10 few minutes there, 10 minutes. Yeah, and then we come back, we do another session of 1 hour, 10 minutes odd, another 10 minutes break. We will go for our lunch break at 1 o'clock. Is that acceptable to you all? 1 p.m. Indian Standard. Okay.
Yep, that's
And
fine.
let's see how things go. For 30 to 40 minutes, we will decide that together. So I think that should be for virtual setting. So let's see how it goes. I don't want to put any pressure on you, but this is the idea. And then if that is the case, we might end up at 5:30. Okay, I will like to share some slides here. As I had said earlier, I am not following a particular sequence. So I hope you all can see this, my screen from the iPad. So what is a solution? Solution, or ultimately product, right? Product is a solution. So solution, a product, service, or a system. These are all terms which can be used. So it could be a product, which is physical product, service, or a system. System means actually multiple components working together to make it like car is a system. It has many products, like steering wheel is also a product, and the chassis is also a product. So ultimately car is a system. An aeroplane is a system which has actually many. So it depends on how we look at it. So something that we deliver to the customer, internal or external. So that is a product. When an organization operates or does any business like Swiggy, okay, so there is something called as value stream. So how do we use Swiggy? Right, the app is installed. So the Swiggy app is there. We use Swiggy. Why? We want to get some food delivered in our doorstep, isn't it? So that is the idea of Swiggy. Very simple. Okay, I go to Swiggy and I place an order. So what are the value stream? What are several steps for the food to get ultimately delivered at my doorstep? If you have observed the Swiggy statuses, which are those from you placing order? Next step.
Yeah, order getting ready, then
Confirmation.
package, and then the
Restaurant
delivery boy
payment.
picks it up.
Yes,
So even
so
partner
it
is
could be
waiting after the
partner is
activity.
waiting. Yeah, so if you see both status, kitchen has accepted your order, kitchen is preparing food. In the meantime, the partner is on the way to collect the food, correct? And then you see food is being prepared, food is prepared, the partner has collected the food, and then you see the status. Yeah, and then you say partner delivered the food in your doorstep, right? What is it? Several steps. So there are people involved, there are systems involved, and information flow. So that is called value stream. And what we say just now is operational value stream, isn't it? For a company to use the product or a service to deliver value. So what is it called? Operational value stream. Yeah, operational value stream, right? There are step, you trigger, you place your order, you go through various steps, and value gets delivered to the customer, Swiggy or many other things, right? If you Amazon for that matter. So this is the value stream. But now we want to enhance the experience of the customer, end user. We want to add more offerings. So can you give me one idea where Swiggy could improve? Anyone, please raise your hand. So we are all using Swiggy. Can you think about one idea that, oh, Swiggy could improve here? Any additional product line? Maybe kitchen of its own, or any other thought?
Items used during, they just give the menu, but they don't know how to prepare it, how to. So if it that gives the quality recipe, item.
Trade secret कैसे देंगे? If they give trade secret, they will lose business. And by the way, it's not Swiggy's thing, right?
That will also give the confidence to the customer that okay, they are going to this standard rather than in a blindfold, right? So
yeah. So maybe I'm not sure. I'm not Swiggy owner, but that is not Swiggy thing, right? It's a kitchen thing. And if Swiggy starts sharing the menu and recipe of the kitchen, it will be copyright violation. Just like you asked me, can you record the session? Correct. So that's a trade secret.
Hygienic storage. The boxes are very old and very dirty most of the time.
Yeah. So maybe Swiggy could improve the packaging, a unique type of packaging, or Swiggy could start delivering organic, what do you call, organic vegetables? Maybe does Swiggy sell vegetables at this point? I guess no. Correct? Swiggy does not provide vegetables, right?
There's an Instamart.
Yeah, I think we have
They are doing something as part of Instamart.
Yeah, part of. Okay. So let's imagine for a moment, pardon my ignorance, I don't use Swiggy. If people have to order in my home, my children or someone else does it. So let's say there is nothing called Instamart in Swiggy or anything like that. So Swiggy wants to add more offerings in their app, right? For example, organic vegetables and food material, whatever you want to call it. Yesterday I was having a chat. So my friend, very knowledgeable person, he said, we went to buy mangoes yesterday, right? And all the mango stores were back to back, nearly 25 mango stores in that line. And believe me, friends, not a single mango box had any, what do you call, flies around mangoes. So no fly. Is it a good sign or a bad sign? No flies around mangoes.
bad sign.
Bad sign.
Bad. And I said, ye dekho kitni saaf safai. He said, no, it is bad because nowadays the fruits are not organic. They are coated with some chemicals which will keep the flies away. Remember our childhood when we used to buy vegetables? Every vegetable store, fruit store used to have lots of makhis. So the owner hota tha, he used to just do this all the day, right? Move away the makhi. What was it? What did it really mean? It is organic. It is nature. Correct. It is fresh out of the farms, and then there is no other chemical applied to keep this away. So pesticides being applied, isn't it? So he said it will be a great idea if we start buying organic stuff only straight from the farm. Though makhi hai, still it's more healthy, isn't it? We can wash it and eat it rather than looking at beautiful mango saying, yeah, how clean it is. So remember, next time you see something like natural fruits and all being sold with no makhis around, it's very clear that they are applying a lot of chemicals to keep those away. So that anyway, so what we can do to improve this in Swiggy starts selling, again it is Swiggy's decision, but Swiggy starts selling organic, fresh from the farm vegetables. So they will have to enhance their product, yes or no? Enhance the product. So for that they will have to fund the project, correct? Fund the project to start, maybe how do they do supply chain and all, it's their business, so that we consumer can ultimately get access to buying organic vegetables. So this development of this product will also have certain steps to follow. Development part, correct? Just like we call product development or software development. So they will have certain steps. Will people be involved to do the development, yes or no?
Yes.
Correct? Will there be a whole infrastructure set up, connection with farmers and all? So this is also a value stream, but we do not call it operational value stream. Can somebody tell me what is the name of this value stream, which is about developing more capabilities in the product?
Technical value stream.
No, it's not called, as per se, it is not technical value stream. It is called
Operational value stream.
Operational is running the business.
Product
Operational value stream is running the business, right? Like you order something which is already productized. That is
Product
called
value
as development value stream. Okay, everybody? What does it mean? Okay. So development value stream means we want to enhance the capabilities of the existing product, right? So Swiggy is running fine, but we want to add more features to Swiggy or more capability. So that value stream will be called as development value stream. Okay, everybody? So which is a bigger value stream and which is smaller? Can you guess? Very straightforward. Operational or development?
Operational.
Operational.
Obviously, operational value stream is your whole business, isn't it? You have operational value stream, and then from time to time, we keep funding development initiatives, isn't it? We keep funding development. So these are called development value streams. So SAFE that we are learning as a framework.
Sorry, Vineet, are you sharing your screen? Because I don't think I can see it. I'm not sure it's the same for everyone.
Yeah, this is the challenge with you. I was sharing and I also got it on my iPad that screen is being shared. So friends, this is going to be a challenge. This will consume a lot of time. I wish we could move to Zoom like platform. It is going to waste a lot of our time. First time sharing it works, second time sharing it doesn't work. This is a very common issue with MS Teams, especially when I'm using my iPad. Yeah, let me know if you're seeing it now. Yeah, see, now it is sharing. So what did I do? I totally closed the MS Teams and logged in again. I hope you can see my screen now, everybody.
Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah. So thanks for the feedback because I was still getting a feedback on my iPad that screen is being shared. All right. So value stream, don't read through the words here. Value stream is an ongoing business thing, and from time to time we will be funding to develop new capabilities on the product. So what are these called? Development value streams. So SAFE is being implemented for what? Operational or development?
For both.
When we say we are doing
Both.
For both, right?
both.
For both.
SAFE is for development. It's the framework to develop new capabilities, new products, isn't it? So operational means, so let's say you are from, so who is your, let's say State Farm Insurance. State Farm Insurance, have you heard? Anyone? The largest auto insurer in the US, maybe second largest now, State Farm Insurance, or maybe in India, LIC. So LIC has its own business, Life Insurance Corporation. So from customer calling and an agent visiting to filling form online, whatever, this is your operational value stream. They don't need a framework for operations. They already run business, but they want to enhance, let's say, digital capability, isn't it? They want to do all insurance selling online. So what will they do? LIC will fund new projects, correct or not? So these projects which are funded to enhance our product features or capabilities or coming up with new products, these are where SAFE is going to be implemented. Okay, everybody? So SAFE is not to run a business. SAFE is to build more capabilities on your product or solution. Is that clear now? Yeah. So let's say Swiggy want to do farm organic selling. So they will fund a project. Now remember, this funding comes from where? If I have to fund more features or I have to grow my company, where does this funding also come from? Ultimately, business profits only.
Either
Correct
from
or not?
business profit or from new investment.
New investor, correct. Yeah. So that way, right? Somebody is putting money. So generally, the most organic growth is business is making profit. So out of the profit, we are funding new initiative. This is called organic growth of a company. Sometimes we might go to investors to get some money for further enhancement. So SAFE is for development value stream. If you see here, what does it broadly say? Define, build, test, and release. Do these words sound familiar to you? Yeah, maybe something parallel you are using. Yeah, so define. Yeah, maybe this could be requirement gathering, designing, build. It could be coding, test, and then release to end customer. So again, these terms are just SAFE specific. Now, those who are SAFE certified or those who have read the material, what are these people or who are these people or these people?
Stakeholders?
So many.
Developers.
It's a development team.
Yeah. So it is the development team, right? But then if you see, do you see the count? How many are there? Count. 230 in India, 90 in the US. Total 310. 150 in US Chicago, 30 in Estonia, again 180. Doesn't look like one development team. Correct or not? If you look at Scrum also, what is the typical size of a core Scrum team? Generally speaking, how
8
many
to 10.
in one
8
Scrum?
to 10.
8 to 10. Yeah, single digit. So this is a large team, right? Large team in SAFe. What is this large team called?
Art.
It's
Art.
ART. What is it called? Agile Release Train. So these, these people will be configured into several Scrum teams or Kanban teams, isn't it? Scrum team 1, Scrum team 2, Scrum team 3, each might have, let's say, 10 people each. Correct? So how many Scrum teams can you visualize here? Approximately 30 Scrum teams?
30 Scrum teams.
Yeah. So 30 Scrum team means one art. So if I just draw here, one art is typically how many people? 50 to 125. Correct or not? Agile Release Train. How many people? 50 to 125. So you all tell me, approximately, let's say we have internal agreement that we will have one art of 100 people. 100 people means how many Scrum teams? 10 Scrum teams. 10. So can you all tell me in this example, how many arts will be there?
3.
3 arts.
3. Why 310? So approximately how many arts? 3 arts. 3. Simple arithmetic, right? So there will be 3 arts. So this will be divided into 3 arts. This is one art. I'm just drawing it as a train, right? Agile Release Train. So typically, approximately how many people will be there? Let's say 105, 100, 105. So how many total? 310. Now in each of the art, how many teams will be there approximately?
10 teams.
10 teams. Okay, everybody, I hope you can visualize it. Now, this is also there in our scaled agile framework. All right. So do we now have a definition of product or a solution? Have we discussed that broadly? Anything which will help us to deliver value? Value stream. Yeah. Series of steps, system, and flow of information like Swiggy. Value ordered, placed, order accepted, right? So all this. 2 types of value stream, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Operational development.
Yes,
Operational and
Operational, which is to run the business, and then funding new
Development.
initiative to enhance our capability. These are called development value stream. SAFe is for development value stream, right? SVD. Now, last question, especially in our setup at Hexaware. SAFe is being implemented where? At Hexaware or actually at the client site? The development is happening
at the client side.
at the client, right? So ultimately, who is doing SAFe? Our client. You may want to disclose it or you want to keep it to yourself, but then you got the idea. Our client, right? Our end client is doing SAFe, right? They have funded development value stream. What is Hexaware doing here?
Operational.
No, you're not doing operations. You're doing development, not operations. Yeah, client will do their operations. They run the business. We are not running their business. Correct or not? We are doing enhancement of their capability. Yeah. So where is Hexaware in the SAFe implementation of the client?
Where in the
Yes, they're only facilitators.
No. What are we? How are we? You have to answer. How are we Hexaware people involved for client SAFe implementation? Client is at the top.
development team?
Yes, it could be development teams. Correct? Maybe we saw 3 arts just as a random picture. So maybe based on your relationship with your client, client has given you all the work. So all the 3 arts people, who are they? Hexaware employees. Correct? This could also be an extreme possibility where the client does 100% of development with Hexaware. But is that true or there are many other vendors also?
Case to case basis.
Other
Many
idea?
other
Can be.
Many other there, right? Many other Infosys can be there. I'm just giving example. TCS, Infosys, Birlasoft, many other. So client is doing SAFe. Now 300 people, they have divided into 3 arts. Now Hexaware can be maybe 2 teams in the arts, 3 teams in the arts. Make sense? It depends. Is it needed that one entire team will be given to Hexaware or one development team on the ground can have people from Hexaware and other vendors also?
It's possible.
It's
It is all
possible.
possible. Yeah, it is all possible. See, I am nobody to comment. It depends. How is your client looking at it? Some clients do IPL like structure, where one team will have people from all companies to bring collaboration. Correct. It has also its pros and cons, because then sometimes people don't feel safe sharing information. For example, Rama, you are from Hexaware, I am from Scale Up, and we are both in the same team. So technically, we are competitor also, isn't it? I would also like to have more business of the client. You will also like to have more business from the client. So again, these things are undercurrents, right? We can't totally deny it. Some clients to play.
The product manager is from a different vendor, and that most of the from a different vendor. So
great point. The product manager is from somewhere else.
yes,
Correct.
yes.
So we have to deal with these politics, friends, right? I know you are smart people, want to communicate, but SAFE does not internally in the framework recognize any such difference, all right? So it is just simply what is saying. You have a portfolio, then you have art, agile release train, and within the art, what we have? Teams. Okay, everybody? Yeah. I will try to share my screen again. I just hope it works. Otherwise, every time we will lose few valuable seconds. So let us see if it works.
Hello.
We'll go on a break. Just 2 more minutes. We go on a break. Yeah, and I'll stay here in the break also in case you have some urgent question. So going back to the full SAFE configuration, those who know SAFE, yeah, now it is coming up. Do you see a complicated picture of our framework? Scaled Agile framework 6.0. Yeah, those who are first time certifying, don't worry, your colleagues, peers will also help. We'll try to do as much as we can. Where do you see the art? If you see here, there is portfolio, higher up, mostly client side. Then you have large solution. That's where we are talking about delivering solution. In our example, this was how many people? 310, correct? Yeah. Now 310 we divided into how many arts? Three arts, right? So this entire thing is solution train. Solution train divided into, let's say, three arts. What is art? Agile release train. Each of these train is where in the picture? Here. Do you see this agile release train? Correct. Here it is the agile release train. And where do you see teams? Agile release train has multiple teams. So here we have types of teams. Some teams are doing Scrum, some teams are doing Kanban. Possible? Some teams could be doing Scrum. Yeah, we are not here to learn about Scrum and Kanban here, but I hope you got a broad picture. In this class, what will be our focus, friends? Can somebody tell me? Being a safe POPM class, we are not going through whole framework, but can you tell me where are we going to be? What are we going to be learning? Mostly?
First three sections. First three
Solutions.
Agile product
Mostly?
delivery.
Art and
Product
PLA.
Yeah.
Product
management,
management and product
product
owner.
owner.
Exactly. So where product manager and product owner are involved. Okay. So after the break, I'll have a quick review of the overall framework. Then we will go deep into how product owner, product management is involved in different, tenets of SAFE. This was only an introduction, friends. Don't worry. We will put more structure, more visibility, but I hope you got an idea how this class is going to run. Shall we go on our first break? Are we all good? Okay.
Yes.
So when we go on a break, this is 4 minutes past 10. We will resume at 10:15 sharp. Okay. If this is the way class runs, will you all be fine?
Just one suggestion, we need. There could be jargons, that we will use a lot. Like for example, art. Uh, if we are using jargons, which is a brevity, if you can give us a full form. I mean, you would have said, probably I missed it, but for the sake and interest of people who are attending, say for the first time, it would help.
Correct, correct. So we will now go into the core content also. However, this is a great place as I point you to where these terms are on the picture. I said earlier, just simply click on this, you will have more clarity. So I'm basically making it much easier based on my experience to show you where it is on the picture so that you can be more on your own to go deeper. Correct? Few jargons only are new, just like these. Rest all will be just repeat of the terms that you probably are already using. Right? So ART is nothing but Agile Release Train. All right, Salil? And I totally understand. Yeah, and also, I mean, if you go through the website, just like we did the enablement session, did you go through all the videos?
Unfortunately, I am one of those folks who are not able to log in into the Safe Studio because As I said, it just keeps.
Where can we
I
see
just
those
keep seeing the.
videos?
I haven't been able to download the videos, and
No, you don't have to download. You have to watch online. There were 6 videos
sorry,
that I
the
shared.
document, the PDF documents I was referring to. Slip of tongue. And the links that you had shared earlier, the Google Drive links, for some reason it is blocked on my Xavier provided laptop. So
No, I'm not talking about either of these. I'm again saying the video, 6 video links, which we said on enablement session. Those who have not been certified on SAFE, please watch those videos before the class. Correct? If I said it correctly, because that's where the introduction of common terms was there. But anyway, we will try to point you at the right resource. Okay, everybody? We will definitely point you at the right. See, that is how the unfortunate or fortunate safe certification courses are designed, right? When we are doing safe POPM, it is a recommendation that we are aware of the jargons already. So that is what we will try to do as much as possible. Okay, Salil? So just
Great.
give yourself
Thank you.
half day and I am sure you will be comfortable with the terms. Don't worry. But keep writing. Right? It's like,
I
oh,
am.
let me write it and let me ask Vineet what was this term so that you are good.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm
Just keep
making notes.
writing. Yeah,
Yeah.
just make notes and things will be much clearer. Great. Thanks for the feedback. Doing POPM class has a different kind of a challenge. Although it is going deeper, but then sometimes we have to go back to the basics. Okay, so here we are, the safe product owner and product manager course. In the future, we don't know what will happen to this course. There is already an agile product manager course being launched by SAFE. So we're not sure, but then here there is a blend of both product owner and product manager as per what is in the SAFE. So I'll put a disclaimer here, not being absolutely correct way or not, we're not getting into that. But this is how SAFE as a framework defines these two roles, product owner and the product manager. Delivering value, that is all about. It's all about delivering value to our customer. As part of this course, let's not worry about the lesson numbers. So what we are going to do is exploring in general the product owner and product management responsibilities. If you observe the term, we use the term product management and not product manager, which means product management is a function which could be done by multiple
Product
people.
management.
Okay, and maybe product management also has some of the product owners also. So that is the idea. Okay, everybody? It is not one product manager, but product management. Then we have certain terms. Okay, PI. So can anyone tell me what is PI? Those who are says, if you can, just to work on Salil's feedback, what is PI?
Product increment.
Is program increment.
No, it is program interval. Okay, the term has been changed in version 6. Earlier it was called program increment. Now it is called, no, it is called planning interval. Right? What is it called? Planning interval. So Salil and everyone who are new to this safe thing, have you done something on Scrum? Everybody?
Yeah.
Give me a thumb up.
Yep.
Yeah. So in Scrum, what is the planning interval? One planning interval in
Sprint.
Scrum?
Review.
Sprint. No. The planning interval is sprint. So if you're doing sprint, 1 week sprint, 2 week sprint, 4 week sprint, what is the idea? That is the horizon we look at, isn't it? Sprint on sprint, 1 sprint, 2 sprint. In SAFE, what is the planning interval? Because we are doing scaled agile, which is multiple teams working together. So can somebody tell me what is the default planning interval in SAFE?
3 months.
So release basically that it can be 6 sprint or 8 sprint as per defined.
By default in the framework, let's talk about framework.
8 to 12.
As per the SAFE
8 to
picture,
12 weeks.
8 to 12 weeks.
8 to 12 weeks.
Yeah. If you see here now on the picture, this is the boundary, correct? PI. Yeah, what is it? The box between the two boundaries of the planning interval, right? This is the PI. Can you see it on the picture? This is the PI. How many sprints are there by default?
3, 4, 5.
5. Out of which, how many of these are development iterations or development sprints?
3.
4.
Yeah, 1.
4.
4,
Correct.
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. And the 5th iteration is called what? IP.
Innovation sprint.
Iteration.
Innovation and planning, where we
Innovation.
don't do any development. We do planning, innovation, and all. So, right, everybody? Just for those who are aware of the framework, refresher for you. So, PI. What is the PI? Planning interval. By default, 10 weeks. Because what is the default sprint duration in SAFE? 2 weeks. Isn't it? So, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. 2. Total PI interval is 10 weeks. Or 5 sprints. Clear? So the term PI. Let's go further. So in this class, from the product owner, product management perspective, how are we preparing for the PI planning? Now, just to ask you, what does it mean when you say planning interval? What is that cycle called? Sprint cycle, or in general any cycle? Have you heard this? PDCA?
Time box.
Yeah. So what is that cycle? Plan, do, check, act. So if you have this 2-week sprint, what are we doing? Plan, do, check, act, right? Plan, execute, or do, check, and act. Then what do you learn from this? You keep improving. Is that part okay? Going back to basics of Scrum? Plan, do, check, act, right? Those who are new, please tell me. I'm trying to simplify as much as possible. Arun?
Yeah, just one question here. You said 2 weeks. I mean, I've seen where it could be 2 weeks to 4 weeks also.
In SAFE, as we are learning the framework, in the framework explanation, the default given is 2 weeks. As you become experienced in SAFE, you may want to experiment with 3 weeks also. That is fine. So whatever we are learning is default. It's like when you install an application on your mobile, are there some default settings? Correct? Default notification settings and all. And then as we start using it, we change it. Okay, Arun? So the default in SAFE framework is 2 weeks. Very few organizations change it to 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 1 week. But most of the organization today doing SAFE follow 2 weeks rhythm.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. But you are absolutely right. As per core Scrum, what is the sprint duration allowed? Core Scrum. Let's forget SAFE. What is the core?
4 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 to 4.
2 weeks. 2 to 4 weeks.
4 weeks. 4 weeks. Maximum
No.
4 weeks.
2 weeks.
Absolutely no.
1
month or less. 2 to 4 weeks. 1 week. Why not 1 day? These are all, templatization of Scrum, which is unfortunate, right? So the professional Scrum says 1 month or less. Okay, everybody? So 1 month or less could be as small as 2 hours also. So 2 to 4 weeks and all, I don't know where these misunderstandings came in the industry. Scrum says what? 1 month or less. Okay, everybody? So in Scrum, what is the time box allowed? 1 month or less. In SAFE, what is the default? 2 weeks. Clear, everyone? 2 weeks. Now, if you see the picture here, are you seeing my screen still?
Yeah, we are able to.
Yeah, please raise your hand so that we have a smooth flow. If you see here, SAFE has smartly called Scrum as SAFE Scrum.
Okay.
And I think I explained it in our earlier batches. I'll repeat here. The reason for that is in SAFE, whatever Scrum we learn or we are going to learn is slightly customized or twisted. Okay, everybody? So I will try to share as much as possible. So pure Scrum says what? 1 month or less. In SAFE Scrum, what is the default sprint duration provided in the framework? 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, Anand. Yeah,
So,
Anand.
so the PI says about 10 weeks, right? So
Yeah.
how does that 2 weeks relate to the 10 weeks actually?
5 sprints.
Yeah, each sprint. So why do you have the fifth one as the IP iteration actually?
To invest in innovation and planning.
Okay.
We are not doing development where. So here is the idea is to invest in, take a pause from work and invest in innovation and planning and prepare for planning. Right? Just treating people as development might lead to lost opportunity.
So is that the duration where you look at the backlogs and clear the backlogs and strategize?
Okay, so We are going deep already, as I said, which we are still. But I'll answer you briefly, Anand. For now, we are going to learn all this in the class. This happens throughout. But then we take a pause here with more intentional look at backlogs. Right? But whatever you said is that the time we look at the backlog that happens throughout. There is nothing called first week only looking at the backlog and finalize requirement. There is nothing called final requirements in this way of working. Requirements always, what is the term? Requirements always changes. So what are the common terms we use in this way of working? Requirement always emerges. Product backlog is always refined. Have you heard these terms? Yeah, it's a continuous process. If you see here, the release delivery pipeline that we were talking, have you seen this similar concept? Continuous delivery pipeline, anybody? DevOps?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So SAFe has an, yeah. So what does it broadly say? Continuous exploration. Which means what? Keep on exploring new ideas, new features continuously. It's not a phase, it's a continuous thing. Then what is it saying next? Continuous integration. That means continuously the development teams are building it. What is this? Continuous deployment. Continuously the done features are getting deployed to production or production like environment. But what is the difference in release? If you see here, release on demand. Release means when you give your solution to end user for use. Yeah, depending on your business might need new features every day, or your business might need new solution once in a quarter. It depends, correct? I can't answer that here. If it is a very dynamic work environment like e-commerce, they might need releases multiple times a day. But if it is more regulated industry like auto, healthcare, do they need everyday release? What do you all think? Healthcare and all, more traditional, more.
It is purely case to case and driven by the business actually.
Yeah. So, for example, I'm asking in healthcare, do you really need new releases every day, or
No.
it can?
It can be.
It can be, yeah. Yeah, but I have worked with 3 healthcare clients. Usually, they never had so much demanding release cycles, correct? But you may be right based on how things are. So, generally speaking, broadly speaking, if you see the different types of businesses, healthcare, government, they are more regulated. So, they have to be perfect in their release. So, for that reason, they have longer release cycles, isn't it? Generally. So, it depends, as you rightly said, Salil, based on your market, based on your business, you decide your release frequency. Clear, everyone? Whether it is every day or once in a quarter, you means product owner, product managers, they are the best people to decide. All right. So going back early, moving forward, so we'll do preparation for PI planning. Then what happens in PI planning? So what is your role as a product owner and product manager during PI planning? After planning, executing the iterations. Making sense? We are running the iterations. What is the other term for iteration? Again, I know some of you know it already. Sprints, isn't it? So we can use the word same thing. Just that Scrum uses the word sprint only. Iteration comes from extreme programming, and SAFe generally uses iteration as a term. Executing. And so this is the core part of this course, which is what is our role as product owner, product manager in all these stages. So going forward, we will also look at a case study for TTC, Terrific Transport Corporation. But before that, I would like to look at the big picture. So going to the big picture, what is the team level doing? Which version of agile team level doing? Anybody? Team could be doing what? At team level?
Maybe Scrum, Kanban, anything.
Maybe Scrum or Kanban. So just to take a slight detour, this is an overview of a sprint cycle, isn't it? When you say Scrum, it is sprint, 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 right? Sprint, 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 sprint. And how is one sprint looking? Starting with sprint planning. I hope you are familiar with the terms, everybody. Every sprint starts with sprint planning. After that, the development work happens. And while the development work happens, what is the event called? Daily Scrum. Yeah, there are other terminologies in your context, so I'll come to that. Maybe some of you call it what? Daily stand up. Correct or not?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so the formal term is daily scrum, and toward the end, what do we have? The two events in scrum: sprint review and sprint retrospective. Now, the term that SAFe uses are, instead of sprint planning, what are we saying? Iteration planning. Correct? What is this term in SAFe? Daily stand up. Correct or not? Daily stand up. What is this called? Iteration review and demo. What is this called? Iteration retro. Can you all remember these terms, everyone? So
Yes.
just to tell you, Safe Scrum has slightly twisted as we already customize the term. So that is the idea. And overall, what is this cycle? Plan, do. I hope you all know this based on what you are doing. PDCA, have you all heard? Plan, do, check, act, cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody? Plan, do, check, act. That is a complete sprint cycle. So I'll build on this. Let me take the question by Anand. Yes, Anand. You still have a hand raised. Do you have a question? Or is it already answered?
No, it's already answered.
Yeah, please lower your hand then so that I can move forward. Okay, everybody? So let's go further. Now, what is scaled agile framework? Scaled agile framework means, is it one scrum team? No, right?
No.
Multiple scrum teams. So what is the name of team of teams? When multiple teams. In our example, how many teams did we take example? 10 scrum teams. Okay.
Scrum of scrum.
So 10. Yeah. No. So what is the name of this team together?
Art.
This is called ART. Agile
Release train.
Release train. Correct. So basically, what is an agile release train? Can I now say agile release train as a team of teams?
Yeah.
Ultimately, right? You see, scaled means hundreds of people. So what is one art? It's a virtual organization of multiple teams together. Okay, everybody, so far, are we doing good? Introduction to basic terms? Right. Yes or no? Give me a thumb up. If not, ask questions. I will love to answer. Content anyway, you all have friends. Yeah. Yes, Ravi. Oh, sorry, that's Murlidhar. I'm not sure.
So
what
how
is
is
your
this,
first name?
Yeah, Murli.
Murli, okay.
So how is this different from the concept of Scrums where there are multiple teams kind of working together?
Scrum is only an event. It's not a framework. See, Scrum is an event. Just like daily Scrum you do at team level. Just like daily Scrum you do at team level. So Scrum could be an event at team of team level. So we will look at what are the other terms. Instead of SOS, what do you have in SAFe? What your so SOS is not a framework, friends. Yeah, SOS is only a sync up of representatives from the team, maybe Scrum Masters meeting together. So what is that sync up called in SAFe? When people from multiple teams, let's say all the Scrum Masters of each team syncing up together. Let's say all the product owner of these teams syncing up together. Does anyone remember what are those terms in SAFe? Sync ups?
Is it the PI planning?
Only the sync up. See, planning is different. Every day sync up is different, right? Just like daily Scrum. What is the sync up between multiple teams in SAFe called? It could be PO sync.
Okay.
It could be coach sync or scrum master sync. Friends, everyone, please refresh your basic understanding, which you already have, right? Or it could be team sync. So at scrum level, what are the team configuration? Can you all recognize these terms?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So in a team level, who are the people? The product owner. Yeah. We will define this. Yeah. Then you have this Scrum Master. Then you have these people. So these are generally referred as different terms. Some of you might call it dev team. Some of you call it developers. Basically, these are the technical people who are doing the work, isn't it? Programmer, tester, designer, all of these are where? Here. Correct, everyone, so far? So individual team configuration is this. But we are talking about agile release train. This multiplied by 10.
10.
Correct? 10. That means we will need coordination layer. We will need a product owner parallel at the art level, yes or no? Somebody who can coordinate at the whole art. We will also need somebody like this at the art level. So can you tell me what is the parallel of product owner at the art level? Product owner is reporting to
Product management.
Manager.
Product
Scrum
manager.
Master,
RT.
RT. So friends, you have to spend some time to get familiar. This is very basic as you know more. So if you see parallel here, what is at the team level? Similar hierarchy is also at the art level. While at the team level, we have product owner. At the art level, what we have? Product management. At team level, we have Scrum Master, team coach. What do we have at art level? RT. Now again, can somebody give a full form just for benefit of others? What does this RT stand for?
Release train engineer.
Release train engineer.
Exactly. It is called release. So people new to Scrum, just spend a day. You should be familiar with the term. No need to panic about that. This is called release train engineer. Fair enough. So now if you have to define release train engineer in one word or phrase, what would that be? Who is this person? Primary job?
It's
Scrum Master.
Scrum of Scrum. I mean, he maintains all the Scrum.
Again, Scrum of Scrum is an event. I'm talking.
So who manages
All Scrum.
Facilitates the activity.
Development team, a sort of
It
coach.
could be Scrum Master also.
He is responsible to see what should go forward in the
He is a person
production
who's
system.
facilitating multiple teams of Agile.
Okay, yeah, you are all correct. Just that I would like to draw a parallel. It is called chief coach. You can see a parallel here. When you have a team coach here, what are you calling? Chief coach. Just like in IPL, do you have a head coach and then there are multiple coaches? Yes or no? There is a batting coach, fielding coach, bowling coach, physiotherapist, mental conditioning coach. But who is the head coach? Let's say in Indian cricket team, Rahul Dravid. In Mumbai Indians, Mark Boucher. I hope you can see a parallel, those who follow that. So the chief coach is the RT. Okay, everybody? RT. So what is Scrum Master at the team level? RT is at the art level.
Art level.
Clear? Yeah, just that hierarchy. What is product owner at the team level? Product manager is at the art level.
Art level.
What are the rest of the developers at the team level? They are basically techies, correct? Technical people. What is that called in art? System architect.
System architect.
Okay. Now we are not doing this layer in SAFe, but can you also see a parallel? If we have to have multiple arts, which is called solution train, right? Multiple arts, right? Solution train means ART1, ART2, let's say ART5. There are 5 arts together. That means 500 people. So what are those? Who is the chief coach at solution level?
Solution train.
Solution
train engineer.
Solution train engineer, STE, correct? Who is the solution manager? Just like product manager and product management, or product owner, product manager. Who is the solution management? And just like we have technical people, system architect, what is that role at system solution level? Solution architect. Okay, everybody? Yeah, I hope you can see some picture here, simplification, especially this part. We have tried to just put together some thoughts together. Give me a thumb up if you can at least find the right information further. Correct? Yeah, just to go back to the basics, terminologies and all. So just like we have team level events, which is, we just saw what are the team level events?
Yeah, plan, do, check.
Plan, do, check.
Sprint planning. No, it is iteration plan.
Iteration. Yeah, so I am okay, friends. I am not too finicky about the terms in SAFe because SAFe has already, copied something. So you call it iteration planning will be better because SAFe uses what term? Iteration planning.
Iteration.
But if you say sprint planning, we understand, right? So here is an activity for you. For art level means team of teams. Correct or not?
Yeah.
Will this cycle also be there? Plan, do, check it. So for a Scrum team, what is the cycle duration? Sprint duration. Which is what duration actually? 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
For ART, now I'm using short form. What is that called sprint duration? PI. What is this PI? Planning interval. Which is how much?
5 weeks.
10 weeks.
Or 10 weeks.
10 weeks or
5 sprints.
5 sprints. Right? Just trying to draw parallel. So this is parallel. Now here is the activity for you. Just like at team level, we have these events. I would like you all to do this activity. What are the events at? Yes? Bigger cycle? Bigger
Art
team?
level.
Art level.
Art level.
Yeah, art level. So you can only guess the activity. So here is the thing. Those who are already SAFe certified, please facilitate others. Let them figure out first, and then you can pitch in with your information. Is that okay, everyone? Like Sachin, you know the answer I am assuming, isn't it? So what you can do? First wait for the others to talk, and then you can pitch in with your answer. All right, everyone? Let's work together. Who are relatively new to SAFe, let them do the discussion. And those who are already aware of all this, you can pitch in with your additional thoughts. Okay, teams? Shall we do the activity? Yeah. You don't have to be perfect in the activities. I would like you to come up with the art level events which will complete the PDCA cycle. Planning say retrospective tak. Yes, please. Nitesh. Nitesh, you have a hand raised. Do you have something? Hand raise means you want to say something or ask something. Nitesh, can you hear me?
No. I'm an organizer.
Okay.
Okay.
So I would like you all. Yeah, Amaze. Yes,
Can
please.
you please repeat the activity what we need to do in the forum?
Yeah, just like we saw sprint team level has events, sprint planning or iteration planning, daily scrum or daily stand up, sprint review or iteration review, and what are, according to you, if you similarly build it further at art level, what would be the events which will help us run the show better, completing the PDCA cycle? So what are your, so you can refer anything open book, but then 4 minutes of activity, a very quick one. I would like you all to come up with a broad idea what would be the art level events.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Rakshit, if you can open the breakout rooms for, let's say, 5 minutes. 4 minutes will be too less. 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I have opened the record rooms.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah, hi, yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, hi, this is Sushila. Sorry, I got audio issues by that time. I'm a Scrum Master actually.
So how to proceed with this activity?
So I think, so he was, let me quickly share my screen. I just try to, are you able to see here?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
Victory.
this is from Scrum. Okay, this is from Safe, right? Okay. So I think this one, I think they have put a sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint review, and sprint retrospective. So I think regarding the duration, right? So this is the one, right? I think the differentiator, right?
So
Yes.
at art level, we'll be having this PA planning instead of iteration planning.
Okay.
Also, you'll be having
Amaze, you can
PO
also
sync
correct
or
me on others.
SM sync.
Yeah, planning interval use.
Yeah, we have the art sync. So that
Art
is
sync,
called as,
PO sync or
yeah,
SM sync.
art sync. Yep, those will come under art sync, like PO sync, Scrum Master sync.
Oh, okay.
So
So,
planning would be PA planning.
okay, PA planning. So then when, okay, let me put, so when the iteration planning comes, this is at arc level, arc level or?
No, iteration planning and sprint planning are same. In SAFe, we call it as iteration planning. The sprint planning will be called as iteration planning.
Group of
Okay.
people join and do the same thing in a bigger
Yeah,
perspective.
so PA planning is the first one we do, and then only like usually we have sprint planning, right? So that will happen during the sprint starting and all.
Okay, so art, we'll say like first will be PA planning. What next?
We also have this art sync, one of the event in
Art sync. Okay. I think let me also.
and we have system demo at art level.
Continuous
It's like
delivery
instead
pipeline also planned in that thing.
Okay, maybe I'll put it in this order. PA planning, art,
so
sync.
next would be system demo. Like it will be a full PA review demo. I can say like all the deliverables we have planned from all the teams, they'll be put present and we'll show a full demo. That is like art, like during at the art level. And we have an inspect and adapt meeting, like ceremony.
But what we call that as, what is
Which
the
one?
Inspect and adapt.
Inspect and adapt is that's what we call.
Okay.
Name itself is like that.
So it is similar to the retro. It is similar to the retro at sprint scrum level, like team level.
INSPECT.
Inspect and adapt.
Okay.
Can say.
So, okay.
Others can feel free to add in. This I just gave my points.
And SOS also should happen, right, Vajayanti?
Great. Welcome back. We were not sure did we set the timer or not, but good that you're all back. Welcome back, everyone. I hope it was more collective activity. You all supporting each other. So, team three. Let's start with team three this time, and we'll go in the reverse order. Team three. Could you briefly name what could be potential events at art level? Team three.
Yeah, so if we understood correctly, it would be PI objectives, then followed by system demos, which is no part of the overall iterations, and then IP iterations.
Okay. Again, IP iteration is a sprint in itself, and PI objective is an output of planning. So I was talking about events. Events means meetings. Okay. So what are the meetings? You're very close. System demo was one, which is good. But then PI objective is not an event. What is the event? In which PI objectives are created? PI planning.
PA planning.
Yeah. So PI planning is when PI objectives are created. All right, team three. Just
My
to
bad.
help you with the jargons. Okay. Team two, can you add to this, or do you absolutely have? Yeah, team two.
Right. So similarly, we have a sprint planning that will equate to PI planning, right? And we have a daily scrum, which will equate to a scrum of scrums or PO sync. So that will happen.
POC.
And similarly, we have once at the end of sprint, we have iteration demo. Here it comes to a system demo or some kind of a demo that will happen. And then we have a planning session as well. So we do a sprint planning. Here we have PA planning. And similarly, we have a retrospective that should be covered as some kind of inspect and adapt or some other kind of event that should be covered. Yeah.
Very simple. Yeah, parallel. Yeah, so something like that. Something like that. Yeah, exactly. That is how you understand safe better. Correct. Thank you so much, Kesavan from team 2. Team 1, do you have anything different? If you can, if you are also same, just give us a thumb up that you're same. Or any different response. Team 1.
Yeah, so the solution and demo followed by the last part of PA innovation, which leads to continuous innovation.
All right. So the objective is to do continuous innovation, but for that, what we have? Inspect and adapt workshop, right? To think about where we can improve. INA, as team 2 case 1 was also saying, some kind of inspect and adapt or retrospective. Correct? Anand from team, yeah. All right. Team 4, do you have anything else to add?
I think it's pretty much covered within the in the earlier team.
Basically, events are mostly four: art event, planning interval, PI planning, inspect, adapt, and team events. These are the four things, and we've gone through it in detail about it.
All right, so now let me introduce you to this jargons. Now that you know the concept, let's put together a name. What are the team level events? Iteration planning, team sync or daily stand up as you call it, continuously doing the refinement. At the end, what do you have? Iteration and review and iteration retro. Now let's look at the bigger circle loop here. We are starting here. So we are starting PI here, but what happens? PI planning. PI planning happens in the prior PI. Do you remember that? Our conversation, PI planning is not the first thing of a PI. PI happens in a previous PI IP sprint. So for example, if you go back to the yes, let's do this here. So observe closely, friends. What is this time between these black vertical lines? What is this? Can you guess?
One planning interval.
This is one planning interval. And what are these boxes?
Sprint 5 week sprint.
Yeah, these are sprints. Sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, sprint 4. But if you see the color of the fifth sprint is different. Why is it so?
Planning phase PI.
The sprint. See, jargon. Name of the sprint. Name of the iteration. IP. Correct. So please focus more on the language. This is IP. So how many total sprints? 5. Now, if you see here, the PI starts when? This is your PI start, right? PI starts with first iteration, second iteration, third iteration, fourth iteration. So when is the PI planning happening? In the IP sprint of the PI. Do you see that? So this is, what is this green color vertical tower? PI planning, isn't it? So if you see here in this PI, where is this green tower in which sprint? Green tower is in IP sprint. So this green tower is the PI planning for which PI? This is the PI planning for next the coming PI. Exactly. So for the first PI, when is the planning happening? PI planning before the PI, isn't it? And this is the first PI planning is called what? Art launch.
Okay.
Clear? If we are, for example, starting our PI from Monday, Monday is what? Monday is this point, correct or not? Monday will be iteration planning. So when the PI planning should be happening for our first PI? This week. Makes sense, everybody? But our PI is starting when? Coming Monday.
Next week.
I hope this part is clear. Yeah, so PI is starting coming Monday. But for that PI, when is the PI planning happening? this week.
This week.
Clear? So that is the idea. Great job. So I'll go back to this picture. So PI starts here, but PI planning would have already happened. So PI starts with iteration planning. Correct or not? As the team level, all the teams are doing this. What is happening at the art level? These things.
Team things.
I think K7 already mentioned that, right? What are the several things we could do? PO sync. Can you guess now who are involved here in PO sync? PO sync.
Product
Who will be?
owners.
Product owners.
All the product owners and product management also. Correct? Product management can help negotiate the scope. Who are these people? Any guess?
Scrum Masters. Scrum Masters.
Scrum Masters or team coaches. They are syncing up in coach sync. Now, some of you said SOS, Scrum of Scrum. Now, that is what it is. But instead of, because SOS has been criticized as an event, SAFE used smart language. They started calling it coach sync. So what is it happening actually? It is a sync up of all the Scrum Masters. Now smartest arts do what? They neither do coach sync, they neither do PO sync. They might just do a common art sync. Jisko aana hai, aao. Whoever wants to come, come. Isn't it? So it depends. Again, these are all configurations of the framework. You can choose. In some teams, I have seen they are doing both. Okay, those who are doing safe here, would you like to share your experience? Are you doing PO sync, coach sync, or both? Or you are not doing safe as of now?
Do both actually.
You do both? Yeah, that's what I said. So some of you might be doing both. Some teams do a merged of this, which is simply called art sync. Give me a thumb up if you see this. So what is the sync up at art level called? All of these. Now, just like you have iteration review, what is the parallel term?
System demo.
System demo. Is this a demo of individual team showcasing their features or user stories? Yes or no?
No.
No, it's a dark
System
level.
demo is,
Integrated.
can you now
Large
guess?
level.
Integrated.
System demo means
Feature
all
demo.
the teams work.
Integrated.
All the teams work
team.
together. Correct. All the teams of the art together, they will integrate everything. So system demo, as the name says, it is integrated demo. Can you remember this? What is this demo? Integrated demo. Yes, Gaurav?
So, I have a very basic question now here. Who does this integrated demo? Because sometimes product owners, like ideally it should be the product owner who should be doing it, but the product owners sometimes laid back and says like they are not really comfortable doing it or they don't know 100% functionality of it. So in the bookish term, it's product owner, but who actually should be doing it?
Yeah. Okay. Now that's again will depend on a lot of factors how you are putting the structure. The team demo or team review, the primary recipient is product owner. Okay. Primary recipient, that means product owner will, whatever, if you have a bureaucratic culture of approval, rejection, PO will do it here. In system demo, who will be doing it? Product management. Correct. But now this is integration of everything. So in Scrum, in art, there is a team called system team also, which could be a team which kind of supports all the teams. They provide the system environment, integrated environment. So Gaurav, it depends on how the structure will come out in your context, isn't it? Somebody has to be able to do an entire system demo. That will depend on your context. Who is that person? But certainly not the PO, because it should rather be all the POs together, because it's a system demo, right? Yeah. So it will depend.
By
There could,
PO, I
there
mean
could be a,
product management, but yeah.
okay. Yeah. So generally in system demo, product management is the recipient, not the giver of the demo. They are the recipient of the demo. This system demo is for whom? Product management. It's like product management looking at the system and saying, yes, this is good enough. Now we can take it to. Now you think over it. Product management is ultimately building the solution for whom? They can take it to whom?
Business owners.
To their
business owner, correct? Business owner, okay, everyone. Basically, stakeholders, the core major stakeholders, right? Your sponsor or major stakeholder. So let's build on this. Gaurav, you have a great question. Let's build on it, everyone. System demo. Who is the recipient? Can you all call out? Who is the recipient? Product management, right? Product management, but no business. So there should be a demo for the business also. Yes or no?
Yes.
So yeah, so what is that event in SAFe? This system demo frequency is every iteration, isn't it? Integrated demo every iteration. Who is the recipient? Product management. But then when are we going to give a demo to business owner? What is the name of that event?
Solution demo.
No, it is an art level. Solution demo is higher. Art level, very
Inspect
close.
and adapt. Inspect and adapt.
Yeah, it happens. Okay, let me give you a clue. It happens during inspect and adapt. But what is the name of that demo? Which is, okay, let me give you more clues so that you all think. The frequency of that demo, which is for business owner, is once every PI, not every sprint.
10 weeks.
Do you see the difference? Yeah, once every 10 weeks. This is the what frequency? System demo is what frequency? 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks.
Which is not, yeah. So for the business owner, something happens during inspect and adapt. One last time, what is the name of that demo which happens once in a PI?
Art demo.
PI demo. PI system.
PI system demo or PI demo. Make sense? Do you see that? Yeah, art demo could also be a parallel term. I will exactly see some names have been changed, so I will check the exact name. But you see the difference in the demo at least. System demo is for whom?
The product
management. Product management. But for business owner, there could be an art demo, or some people might call it PI demo or PI system demo. Clear, everyone? I hope you can see the similarity here. Great. Now there is also a very important part at art level, which is preparing for PI planning, because PI planning is not just a small event. Can you tell me how many people participate in PI planning?
5 Scrum teams means
we are using our general reference of
310 members.
PI, the 310 is divided into 3 arts.
3 arts.
Yeah, and PI planning is an art level event. Yeah. So I'm talking how many would participate in our PI planning? 100. 1 art. 1 art. PI planning is an art level event, not all arts, correct? Each art will have their own PI planning. Okay, everybody? Each art will have their own PI planning. So can you all take a look at this picture? We will build on this. This whole class is now building. Basically, the rest of the class is like this. Now that you know all the events, the rest of the class is what is the role of PO and PM here? That's all. For example, let's go iteration planning. So this class is about, now this is where leading SAFe people, you have new learning. We are going deep into this now. What does POPM do in iteration planning? Make sense? What does POPM do in PI planning? What is the role of POPM in preparation? What is the role of POPM in system demo? So the rest of the course is about that. I hope you get it, everybody. The rest of the course is about POPM ka, what is the role and responsibilities of POPM in all these events. Can you all give me a thumb up, especially those who are beginning SAFe? Salil, is this helpful for you now?
Yeah, making sense.
Are you comfortable with the jargons? You raised that point earlier. Is it helping?
Yes, you need. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. See, as we use the terms multiple times, you all will get comfortable. This is my assurance. Okay. It's like, how do you learn a language? By starting to talk about it, right? Yeah. You just start talking about it. Initially, you might not use the right word, but people will correct you. So it's okay. So may I stop sharing this picture now? This is all there multiple times in your course material also. Okay, everybody? Multiple times in your course material. So if you see now, I will go back to our course. You see now what is this course about? What is the involvement of POPM in preparing for PI planning, doing the PI planning while the iterations are executed. Now you can see what is the role of POPM and at art level. Yeah, exactly. So executing the iterations means what is POPO role typically in iteration planning, iteration review, isn't it? Can you guess now? Right. Similarly, when I say executing PI, executing the PI, what will be the role of POPM in, let's say, things like system demo, isn't it? System demo, PI system demo, all this. So that is what the whole, rest of the class will be about. I hope you have some clarity what all things we are going to learn and cover, trying to simplify and go in a natural flow. All right, so this is covered. We'll look at this video in just a moment. We also broadly look at, okay, what is the hierarchy of requirements in SAFe? What do we call requirements in Agile?
User stories.
User stories.
User story, okay. But now user story is at team level.
Team level.
Team level.
Yeah.
Features.
Epics.
Features and epics.
Features and
Epics.
Apex. I'm just trying to find that. Where is it? Yeah. Be ready. I run this class as a ongoing quiz also, so that you think, right? My question could be very silly also, but I just want to keep your mind always activated with some simple questions also. Just like I asked you now, what is the hierarchy of requirement? Please take a look at it yourself. You just answered me. Look at the visual also on the right. Is it making sense?
Yes.
Take few seconds. Yeah, you don't have to read through all this if you already understand the jargon. If you don't understand the jargon, lick it broadly. So start here. What is the highest level of requirement?
Epic.
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 Big requirements. Just like we say, na? Epic proportion. Then epics are split into features. Features are split into stories. Execution happen at what level? Story level.
Story level, right.
Ultimately, what the team's doing on the ground? They complete the stories. So for this feature, let's say these 4 stories, 3 story and 1 enabler is done. Complete. So kya ho gaya? This feature is complete. Correct? Yeah. Similarly, when all these features and enablers are complete, this epic is complete. So can you tell me the difference between blue and the maroon one here? Story versus enabler, feature versus enabler, epic versus enabler. Enabler is common across all layers.
POPM role, is it that?
No, it's not about the role, it's about requirement. What is an enabler requirement and what is an epic or feature requirement? Anybody please raise hand.
Maybe the enabler is more on the technical side and the features are the more the functional ones. Or
Absolutely. Technical, right? Not visible to the end user, but it is needed to. Did we not do an enablement session? Remember, great, yeah. I will use it. Did we do an enablement session 2 days back? Which was more about setting the expectation. Can you access Safe Studio? Can you access Can be on camera? Correct. We were not learning. Learning we are only doing today. So enabler was more technical side to ensure we are. So what can be examples of enabler in our case? When you are building a software or mix of software and hardware solution, enablers could be
architecture,
ability of data integration from day one.
Infrastructure, upgrading your servers, setting up your database, isn't it? It could also be experimentation. You are not sure whether this feature is doable or not. So have you heard about term called spikes?
Correct.
So spikes can be both technical and functional. Yeah, we are not sure. So what do we do? Spikes means what? Small experiments, isn't it? It could be technical experiment also. It could be functional experiment also. So these are all common terms. So architecture, spikes, building APIs, building API. I am not sure how many of you use the term or have you built APIs or have you seen APIs, microservices kind of things? Will they fall under blue color or maroon color?
Maroon.
Maroon. Requirement under
Database upgrade.
blue.
Yeah, these are technical debts. Tech debts.
Yeah, database and database upgrade.
Yeah.
Version upgrade of database. Blue or
Enabler.
maroon?
Maroon. Enabler. Maroon.
Maroon, enabler. API enabler. They are not the main value. Main value is in the blue thing. Clear everyone? So enabler could be, can enabler be at epic level also? Which impacts the whole solution? Yes. Can enabler be at feature level? Can enabler be at story level also? Clear? So yeah, it depends. But then if you see, this enabler part is called enabler at all levels. Arun, yes please.
Okay, so would you consider POC also as part of enabler? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Something. But remember, if you are doing a POC like a mini project, this will be epic enabler. But if you are doing POC only to do at story level, what will that be called? Story enabler. Correct. POC generally, if I remember, generally called as pretty decent duration project. Am I right, Arun?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something like a mini project itself. So that is more like what? Epic enabler.
Correct.
Anand. Yes,
So,
Anand.
where does this solution, this enablement fit in the whole cycle of 10 weeks?
Yeah. This is not, so let's not compare to that for
Okay.
now, because this is all continuous, right? Please don't try to bring in that waterfall thing. When everything answer to when will be continuous. You got it? When the moment we try to have a certainty, when does this happen? That's a very waterfallish mindset. Correct, everyone? Here everything happens continuous. We don't know. First day of the sprint could also be enabler. First day of the sprint could also be story. Yes or no?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes?
Correct.
Yeah. So see, it depends. Ultimately, let the team decide. Yeah, framework cannot tell that, right? It is all ultimately sense of the situation. So when are we building? Yeah. Now another question. Anand has inspired me to ask another question. And that question is, how many backlogs do you see here on this picture? Backlog.
Three.
Three. Because the classical requirement hierarchy in Agile was epic, feature, story. So ultimately, are these talking about one solution or multiple solution? One product or multiple product?
One.
One, correct? So yeah, it's one. So practically it is all one product backlog only. Correct or not? Practically. But what is happening? That product backlog is initially list of epics. So list of epics in the product backlog, what do you call that? Portfolio backlog. Because people who are managing portfolio, they don't want user story detail, right? At what level they want to look at the backlog? Epic level. So what is that called? Portfolio. Then at feature level, what do you call that backlog? Art backlog. Correct? Because art, the agile release train build features. Similarly, story level, can you now guess? Team level, correct? Team level. Now there is a slight challenge here. Okay. Before that, is this ultimately one backlog or different backlogs? I already answered it. Is it ultimately one backlog or different backlogs?
One.
One backlog.
It's one only, right? It is one only, but it's just that the view of only the epics will be portfolio backlog. Now, the epics which is being worked on will be split into features. So that will be called as art backlog. And then feature which is currently being worked on split into storage. It will be called as team backlog. Now here is the challenge. If you see here, there is only three, and this is the most classic requirement hierarchy in Agile. But if you see here, yeah, there it is. There are four backlogs. Can you see where the backlogs are?
Left hand side.
Yeah, backlogs. Almost left of the center. What is this backlog called?
Solution train.
Portfolio solution train.
Exactly.
Train
So
backlog.
team backlog hai, art backlog,
backlog.
portfolio backlog. This will have epics, feature, user story. Correct or not?
No. So
Epic.
ART level and RT level, we have a solution train, I think, right?
Yeah, but then when multiple arts are there, SAFe has an additional layer called solution train.
Solution
So
layer.
for the sake of simplicity, SAFe has added the one more layer, which is called solution train backlog. So in solution train backlog, what do you have? Capabilities and enablers. Okay, everybody? Yeah. So now what will be our hierarchy? Highest level? Epic.
Epic.
Epic will be split into multiple capabilities. Capabilities split into multiple
Features.
features. Features split into multiple
Stories.
stories. Clear now? So this is a slight confusion just to tell you. But then for the sake of our conversation, we will not go into the solution train level at all in this class. Okay, everybody? We will not go into this, but we are still calling it solution, right? It's just that multiple arts are building. So are you all okay with the requirement hierarchy? Broadly?
Yeah.
We will have practice of, yeah. So we will have practice of writing some of the requirement. And this is also how is it fitting at the big picture. All right, then let's see. We already did the activity, yes or no? I had this placeholder, so we already did the activity. Clear, everybody?
Yeah.
You already completed this. Now let's come to product owner and product manager role. So I hope you can identify where product owner and product manager are there on the big picture. Okay, I'm going to ask you some simple quizzes, friends. As simple as it can become. Team backlog. Who owns the priorities in the team backlog?
Product management.
Product owner.
Owner.
Slip of tongue, not product manager. Team backlog? Product owner. Then what will be the backlog ownership for product management?
Art.
Backlog.
Art backlog. Simply draw parallel here, friend. It's not that complicated. Product owner,
Team backlog.
team backlog. Product management, art backlog. Again, we are still into helping you understand the big picture. We have not yet gone deep dive, friends. We have time till tomorrow, correct? So we will go. But for now, just trying to get you comfortable with the overall connections. Product owner now, please go through this slide yourself. More at a team level. Remember, product owner is more at a team level. So what are the things they do?
Team events.
Yeah. So no. So we are not talking about events for now, but broadly, what is their responsibility? Connecting with customer. Now I'll disclose you something. Connecting with the customer is also with PM and also with team members. Okay. Everyone can connect with the customer in any agile philosophy, isn't it? Whether you are doing SAFe, whether you are Scrum, everyone has to talk to the customer. But the responsibilities will be different. What you are talking will be different. So if you see here, we have vision, roadmap, backlogs. So product owner supports or contributes to the vision and roadmap. Can you guess now who creates the vision and roadmap?
Product owner.
Product management. Clear now? You see the difference? Product management creates the vision. Product owner supports in the vision. Clear? Creates the vision. So here it is contributing to the vision. Now what backlog product owner is managing? Team backlog. So you can also guess product management will be art backlog. Product owner supports the team in delivering value. So ultimately, who owns the overall value delivery?
Product owner.
Or management.
Owner.
Do you see the difference? Ultimately, who is the parallel of delivery manager in, just like I said, delivery manager in SAFe? Product manager, which is an art level role. So product manager's responsibility is delivering value. So what is the product owner's responsibility? Supporting the teams in delivering value. Can you see this combination? Somebody product management versus product owner. Clear? Collecting and receiving feedback at the product owner. So I'm going to, you can also refer your PDFs, friends. All these material are with you. I'm only sharing some of the slides as and when needed. So this is product owner responsibility. Please take a look. 30 seconds. If you are okay, give me a thumb up. When I see major thumb ups, I'll move to the next slide. Thank you. Okay. So this is product owner. Friends, you will still have to do a lot of reading, right? A lot of new terms today. So we will have to practice this. Now, product management, can you all look at this also? Any questions? Who is more market facing? Product owner or product management?
Product owner.
Manager.
Market facing.
Management. Product management.
Management.
Exactly. Just like, so product management is doing research, market rhythm, markets, abhi just say if I'm building an e-commerce website or running an e-commerce website, what am I going to do or launch before Independence Day in India or Raksha Bandhan, right? These are major market events, Deepavali, correct or not? Or Christmas. So in US, what is the major festival there? US में Thanksgiving, Christmas, Thanksgiving towards November and December. So what are these market rhythm? Correct. Election times. Can that also define the market? Election happening. So product management should be aware and accordingly strategize the releases. Right. Oh, we have to build this so that we can launch it in Independence Day or after the election or in Raksha Bandhan. It depends. So product management more market facing, connecting with the customer. I mean, connecting with the customer is everyone by default, correct? Everyone. Defining vision, managing art backlog, defining value. Okay, everybody? Now let's look at the responsibility of the art teams. Just give me a moment. Yes. Now this is at the team level, which we are talking. Where is it on the big picture? Agile teams? Here, right? So what each team on the ground is responsible for. Now I'm going to stop teaching and look at this. As I already said, this is common to everyone. Connect with the customer. Now start here. Is it making a PDCA loop? Ultimately, what are the teams doing? Plan the work, deliver the work, get feedback, adjust and improve. Right? Sounds very much like iteration cycle. Plan the work at team level will be what? Iteration planning. Correct or not? Everyone? Iteration planning. Then deliver value means do the execution, build stories, isn't it? Get stories to, what is the term for completion in Agile? When I say story is complete, what do we use the term? Story is
Done.
Definitely.
Done.
Done.
Done. Story is done.
Done.
Story is done. Story done. Collect feedback. Simple logic. Collect feedback from whom? Depends. Product owner, product management, customer, other stakeholder. Again, this is ground level thing. We don't know here. Collect feedback from the.
Vinit, just one question. So here, connect with customer, right? In which scenario it comes actually? See, we understand during the demo, right? In demo, we generally do it, right? But okay. But clarification also, we go with the, the respective product owner or stakeholder, right? Why we directly connect with customer or?
Yeah, that's a very bureaucratic friend. Sorry to say that. Yeah, why not? I am building the product. Why should I not connect to the customer? It will save time. Lean thinking. It will save time. We are unnecessary. So while there is ownership, product owner is ultimately responsible for priorities in the team backlog. But clarification ke liye, let them go. Correct. For example, I can go to Murlidhar directly. Murlidhar, you are the customer. Hey Murlidhar, can you clarify this thing? We are working on this, right? So connecting with customer, everyone. What is the boundary? We have to decide. Can a team member negotiate scope with the customer directly? Can they discuss priorities with the end customer? Team member? No. Clarification feedback? Okay. Make sense now? So you can go to the customer for clarification feedback, but not to negotiate scope. If the customer says, hey, I would like feature user story 1 instead of 2, then who should they go to? If there is story priority negotiation. Story priority negotiation should be routed through product owner. Feature priority negotiation.
Manager.
Product management. I hope so. I'm not sure whose question was that, but did I answer you?
Yes, Vinith, this is very good. Yeah.
I have
Again, it depends,
one
right?
question which is very odd. Is it possible that due to resource constraint or anything that one person can become a product management and product owner as well as one person managing two
Yes.
positions?
Yes,
Possible.
it is possible.
Oh.
But again, if you ask me, Vinny, what would be your preference? I would not like people to do multiple things, right? So again, it depends. See, context is the king. Amaze, ultimately, right? This framework and all is of no use unless we respect the context. So context will govern a lot of decision making ultimately.
Got it.
Okay, Murlidhar. Yes, please.
Yeah, just one basic question again. Looking at that diagram, right? Per definition, we don't involve the business owners until the end of one planning interval, which is 10 weeks, right? But in practical sense, it will be more wise to engage them on a more frequent basis to ensure that we deliver the right product towards the end of the 10-week interval.
Just like I said, context is the king. If you require quicker feedback from the business, involve them every day. If you can get their time, isn't it only that? So again, it depends on the context. Agile principle clearly says business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. Correct or not? So you decide on the ground whom you need to involve, but at least once every PI. If during the sprints you are not involving business owner, what does SAFE mandate? In the PI system demo, they must be there. Okay, Murli? Okay. Yeah. One last question I'll take and then we move forward. Salil.
Vineet, maybe I might be jumping the gun, but is there a role of a PPO, proxy product owner?
Sorry, maybe it was at my end. We could not hear your first sentence.
I was just wondering. Maybe I might be jumping the gun, but then is there a proxy product owner role in SAFE framework?
Why are you asking this question to a trainer? Well, your question is valid, but there is no proxy concept at all anywhere. This is all industry gift, free gifts, right? Proxy. You have a product owner, you have a product owner. In a IPL team, is there a proxy captain? For any game, there is one captain. Simple, right? There is no proxy. If that captain is missing, make someone else the captain. Clear or not? So we use this term, Salil, and you are so right. You know, and we trainers are always in a difficult spot. Eh? Should I say yes? But trainer answer is absolutely no. If Salil, you are the product owner, and if for some reason you are not there, then I will pitch in as a product owner. As a product owner now, Salil is not there, so I am the product owner. But it's not that Salil is also there, but I am the proxy for Salil. That's not the intent. Okay.
Okay.
If you're not there, I will be your place. I'll be the product owner, not the proxy. But yeah, there are terms. Sometimes SAFE also encourages these things because market loves it. Offshore delivery organizations love it. It gives us opportunity for one extra billability. Again, I mean very practical here. What will you say to your customer, Salil? Say, customer, your product owner is sitting in New York. It's very difficult to get time of your product owner. So we have a suggestion. Let's put an offshore product owner and let's call it proxy PO. And you know what it is, right? Because the mindset is get more billable headcounts. So that's why I said, why are you asking this to a trainer? But I hope you got the idea, right? So in framework, it's nothing like it, but we do this. We know this, right? Client PO, offshore PO. You know what I'm saying? Client PO and Hexaware PO, which is our way of adding more headcounts.
Thanks, Vinit.
Okay. How How is it going so far, friends? Time for a break otherwise? Good?
Yeah.
Good.
How was this session? 1 hour, 10 minutes or so? Was it valuable?
Yeah. Very.
Yes,
I
sir.
hope you are getting connection to the sir. Okay. Let's go on our 10-minute break. It is 11:31. So we will resume at, let's say, 11:42 as per mobile clock timing. Okay, 11:42. We resume. And just to remind you, we will have our lunch at 1. So in case you want to place order or tell your people, please do that. So we will resume at 11:42. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Vineet,
Yes, please.
yeah, it might be quite a stupid question, but still, um, is there a difference between a PI and an IP when, does it conflict anywhere or does it run in parallel somewhere?
PI and IP are two different concepts.
I
And
know.
please look at the
That's the
picture
reason I
closely.
was.
Yeah. My God. Welcome back, everybody. It was again a short break. I looked at all the messages. I think majority of you are okay with majority. I'm barring. I mean, I'm sorry. We cannot ever have a unanimous decisions, but then majority pulse is short break and finish early. So if things go well, we will finish at latest 5:30. Okay, everybody. Maybe even earlier. Let's see how things go. All right then. Time to resume, everyone. Please turn on the cameras. I know people get this opportunity. This trainer is busy, others are busy. So let me quickly turn on the cameras. But it's not helping, friends, because this is we are allowing ourselves to be distracted. Everybody, please switch on the camera. You're going to be leading agile adoptions in your company. We have to be role models. Correct or not? We have to be role models of what we expect our team to be. If we allow people to work virtually, geographically distributed team, face to face communication is the bare minimum thing. One of the core agile principles as well. All right, we will move forward. We also have an activity for you, but first, setting the foundation. Let me try sharing the screen. I didn't tell you about my setup here, just to tell you if you feel I'm looking different places. I have a standing table here with 4 monitors. So sometimes I share content from this monitor. Mostly I look at this monitor, this screen, where you all are there. And when I look down, I'm looking at my iPad. Okay, everyone? And there is also a 4th computer here, which I don't use that much. So in case you feel I'm looking here and there, it's just to manage the show here. So when we talk about a solution delivery or a product delivery, ultimately the product owner and the product management together, they are the content authority. Content authority means what product or solution gets built. Now, if you connect with our backlog hierarchy also, product management has a content authority on the art backlog. Good so far? Yeah. And product owner has a content authority on the team backlog. That is how it is. So, but then, are the product management taking the decisions unilaterally? No, they work with other people. For example, they work with system architect. System architect, you know who is the system architect on our big picture? Is here, isn't it? So product owner work in close partnership with the system architect, because there has to be a balance of both enabler as well as business features, isn't it? Balance. It should not be product management will always push for more and more features. So there has to be a good balance of technical stuff or enabler stuff. So product or management always works together with system architect to be able to put together the art backlog. Similarly, at team level also, the product owner has to respect the decision of the technical people in the team so that they can manage the art level priorities. All right, so this was about the 2 content authority at art level, one and one at the team level. While we talk about all of these, there are some core values which is very much needed to do safe. So the core set of values and mindset are lean thinking and agile values and principles. So let's start with here. How many of you have read the Agile Manifesto?
No.
No? Very few? Yeah, I think in Safe Agilist course you did that, but then if you don't remember those, if you don't follow those, big problem. Agile, anything under Agile umbrella must, we must follow, live the Agile values and principles very, very closely. So let's look at, can somebody help? What are the 4 values of Agile? Anyone? What are the 4 values of it? Okay.
Working faster.
Customer collaboration over contract negotiation, responding change over following a plan.
Absolutely. So please do some more work on this. We're not here going back to the basic. This is all part of what is Agile video. So Agile philosophy is here. It's as simple as that. There is no right or wrong in this picture here, but what does Agile philosophy says? While there is value in the items on the right, there is value. Process has its own value, tools have their own value, documentation has its own value, contracting and fixing deadline and all is own value, plan and all has its own value. But we value items on the left more. Ultimately, it's about people and interactions. It's about working product. This is core agile value, working solution, not unnecessarily document our, unfortunately, the mistake which software industry did, as I said earlier, calling it as engineering, then treating people as resources, and also adopting waterfall. Because of that mistakes, unfortunately, even in software development, we are relying too much on documentation, and which leads to unnecessary waste of time and over bureaucracy, more control. But what does agile philosophy say? As a team, focus on what are we building, what is our vision, what is the solution, and try to, if not avoid, lessen it as much as you can. I know many people will say, but we need documents are also important. Well, I am not saying anything is important or unimportant. As agile philosophy, we have to focus more on what is valuable and try to reduce as much, or reduce dependency on as much of these things as possible. So people, interaction, working product or solution, collaborating with customer means shaking hands with the customer. Customer should not be a compliance check only and only for escalation. The whole culture of escalation is so severely flawed. Who is winning through this escalation mechanism? I've seen project managers spending 5 days just to create a roadmap of escalation management. I mean, oh, let us put this together. If this problem happens, this person will raise an issue, then this person after 2 days. Come on, let's come together and work together. Whoever is the right person, mobilize them quickly and solve it. And that's what agile philosophy is. But we are so much into putting too many processes around everything we talk also. So agile philosophy is all about work together. We are all here with a common purpose to build a solution, right? To try to avoid as many waste as per lean thinking. What is it called? Waste in the system as much as possible, and respond to change over following a plan. Yes, plan is also important, but it is only to get started, not detailed planning. At every level, at organization level also, not too much detailing. Have a decent enough plan to get started. We call it just enough. Just enough is good enough. Yeah, again, I've seen in my experience, planners, typically project managers, delivery managers, spending weeks and months trying to come up with a perfect plan. And first day of the project, what happens to the plan? Anyone? First week? Does everything go as per plan or not? I have you all are more experienced than I am. How many of things go as per plan exactly?
So if it's a fixed price project, mostly it has to go as per plan. But if it is a TNM, it can take its
Just to
own
tell
course.
you, Salil, just to tell you with heavy heart, Even if it's a fixed bid and fixed scope project, do we make people work extra hours? Yeah. So we are so right, Amaze. On paper, we are showing yes, we delivered on time. Friends, you know it. 8 hours of planning, we have people working more than that. Yes or no? So our planning is totally flawed. I have been debating this for 22 years. Don't just come out at the end of the project and say, hey, we delivered on time. Let's talk about, did we really make people follow the plan of 8 hours a day? Yes or no? Because it's not going to work. 45, 50 years back, it was predicted. But unfortunately, we are trying to solve the wrong problem, putting more and more control on people, putting time sheet. Such a sad reality. We make people fill how many hours of time sheet every day, every week? Do we charge customers, people 40? So 40
More
hours
than
billing
40.
karna hai, so why are we following this? This is all there, right? Very well researched and documented. So everyone here, it's for you to think, right? I'm just doing my job as a trainer to question some of the processes. So we delivered on time. Last 2 weeks issue, I'll be very open. I'll share with one Pune-based IT company bragged about this is the 24th quarter in a back-to-back that we have shown 10% or more profit. This was a LinkedIn post by the CFO of the company. And that person was in my connect. So we are proud to say that for 24 quarters, we are making 10 plus profits. Consistently delivering. I wrote a personal message to that person saying, well, I congratulate you on your top line and bottom line. Can you also publish data of how many hours of overtime did you extract from your employees without paying them? That is where your profits are coming from. Would you be willing to publish that data in the next so-called market, whatever you call it? You see what I'm saying? I said, let's publish that, because where is our profit coming from? Yes or no? People working extra for free. So that is what Agile is questioning, friends. Agile is questioning that yes, we have to change our plan. Fixing the plan is only that rigidity which is not allowing us to build a great solution. Get the sense? So Agile philosophy is directly saying responding to change over following a plan. So in the SAFE framework also, you will see that while we do the planning, yeah, we have PI planning, iteration planning, we saw that, right? But there is also opportunity for people to make changes to those plans as required on the ground, correct? People work only at their available capacity, which was decided in the planning, not beyond that. That is the objective. We follow that or not, that's a secondary thing. Yeah, Curtis. Yes, please.
So Vinit, I have a question, and I understand the manifesto of Agile and also SAFE framework, but by and large in our kind of IT industry, we have two kinds of projects, right? One is all the development and one is the support side of the projects. So, and the support side of the projects or the BAU projects rely a lot about processes, tools, and documentation. So if in the development phase, we are not prioritizing the comprehensive documentation or process and tools, does Agile or SAFe have a view as to how this will be managed when it goes into the support of the BAU?
Yeah, so this is all about the engineering part of it. It says build quality in. If you are into software writing, the broad philosophy is write your program so simple that anyone who takes over your program can understand very simply. Because more and more reliance on document will further slow the process, Curtis. So that is the idea. We have to move away from complicated architecture and all to very simple design that everyone sees it, can understand. That's a broader philosophy. And that is why we have extreme programming methods and modular programming and modern ways of in fact, more and more programming languages today are becoming like English. Right? You're basically writing English. So that is a broader philosophy. So while the Agile philosophy is about all this, there is many other. So if you have seen that, maybe I'll show you Agile umbrella. Agile has not just Scrum or SAFe. If you see, Agile as a philosophy has Scrum, Kanban, extreme programming, DevOps. So if you look at the software engineering part of it, which is XP, it talks about simplification of your coding. So broad philosophy is your code is the only document you need. That's the idea. Now, how do you achieve it is where Amazons and now have reached, right? If we want to make it more sustainable, we have to simplify it as much as possible. Okay, Curtis?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm not saying no documentation. Don't take me wrong. Agile philosophy broadly says we value working software, the code itself, over comprehensive documentation. So you all have been technical people yourself at least once in your life. Have you all coded or tested at least once in your life, everyone? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have. Okay. When you are to support a software, let's say you just got into a new team and you want to support an existing application or product. We use this term, right? Support an existing application, which means what? Ultimately, you will have to make code changes, maybe enhancement or support. Yeah. I give you 800 pages of world-class write-up on the software. And I say you, okay, Kesavan, here is your 800 pages. Read the document entirely. And from coming Monday, you start supporting the application. What will you do? Will you read the document or would you need access to the code first? To understand the code, to be able to maintain it.
Definitely.
Everybody.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
We know this, right? What is basic? Whatever level of document and all I do, ultimately what you need, give me the code. I will go into the debug mode. I will understand the code by running it, right or no? That's how it is. Coding psychology basic. You know, I was also given an 800 page of document. I did not read a single page. I went to my man saying, what are you serious? I'm going to read this to understand what I'm going to do. Give me the code. Let me play with it. Got it? So that is what it is. So how can we solve this problem? Have this code in a very simple manner that everyone going through it can understand. That is where you will get agility. Very tough code is what has led to some legacy program which is very difficult to maintain. Have you worked on application where you have said, you and your team members said, oh my God, this is beyond our capability. We can't manage this application or enhance it further. Have you seen very badly written code? Anybody? And got it from some other team to support? Yeah. Very difficult, right? Whatever, you know, we can't support it. Very difficult. In fact, many teams come back to me saying, hey, instead of supporting this code, let me rewrite the whole application. Isn't it? That's much better. So again, this is all coding and software engineering psychology, which is where agility helps us. How many principles are there in Agile? Anybody?
12.
Principles in Agile?
12.
12. Okay. I am not going to go through all of these. If you have time, please go through it today, anytime. And you can ask me any question about this tomorrow. So some of the things I'll say, the 12 principles of Agile. One of the thing is face-to-face communication, which I have already shared with you earlier. Why it is important for us to be Agile leaders in our company, product owners and managers. We have to be comfortable and enable ourselves with face-to-face. From now on, friends, any meeting you do virtually, without doubt, be on camera. Please be a role model. You want great outcome, at least be the change you want to see. So face-to-face communication is absolutely necessary for us to be effective. Business people and developers work together daily. That's what I mentioned some time back. The only measure of progress is working software, primary measure. So work, measure what is visible as a software, but what we measure typically in traditional manner or lines of code is gone. Defect ratio, defect injection ratio, defect this ratio. Well, that's what Agile says. There is no point in capturing those. Very manufacturing mindset. Focus on measuring value. Are we creating value? Is our software working as expected? That's it. Ultimately, that's our goal, to build great software. Unnecessary having what you call productivity metric is of no use. What is useful? Value metric. You see the difference? Instead of productivity, what are you producing as an output? What do you measure? What value you are creating. So this is where some of the philosophy of all this is. Also, I was mentioning about code. It says continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. Make sense? Continuously improving your code and simplifying it. So these are where agile values and principles are, which is the way we write code, the way we maintain it will have to change rather than over reliance on documents. So these are agile manifesto. You can read it online also, agilemanifesto.org, or on your handout also sufficient stuff is there. Now going back to the other core values. So if you go to your course material after slide number 1.16, this is only agile values, but you also have 12 principles listed there. So please go through it in your free time. So this is agile mindset. Now let's look at lean thinking. Lean thinking is again reducing waste and enhancing waste and enhancing what? Value. Okay, everybody. So this is lean thinking. So what does lean thinking say? Precisely specify value. Very important. Not the output, but the outcome. If we can somehow move to outcome mindset to output mindset, we will be game changers in our companies. But this output mindset is killing our IT industry. Output is what are you producing? It's like, okay, let me give you this, my real life example. So output is what you produce. Outcome is the result of this. What problem are you solving? Isn't it? Outcome or the impact. So I was given a code once as a fresher, first job. So I was given a code to analyze and make some changes. So it was a new code to me, and I spent 2.5, 3 hours understanding the code, the module, and finally I did one line change, and that solved the problem. Does it happen with you sometime? One line change? Yeah, but you spend how many hours? 2, 3 hours. Happened or not? Lot of time just to find where to change the code. So if I go to a traditional manager after 4 hours and say, hey, I have solved the problem, and the manager said, what was your productivity? So what is the productivity now? Can you tell me with my example? How much did I produce in 4 hours?
One line of
how many? One line of code. So in terms of output, hey, kya kiya tune? What did you do 4 hours, man? Only one line of code. But did I solve the problem or not? Correct. Did I solve a major problem by one line of code? So again, output mindset is more about how many code you are writing, how many test cases you are executing, all this. Outcome mindset is what feature has been built, what capability are we giving to the customer. That is the idea. So we have to move more toward outcome mindset rather than productivity mindset. So I'm not sure, I did not hear whose question was that, but do you get an idea output versus outcome? Yeah. So broadly, you have to move to, are we solving the, I always tell my children also, solve the problem. Don't just focus on tasks. Yeah, I have to complete the task. I have to complete this task. We should move away from that and say what? We have to solve this problem. We have to solve this problem. So I have to quickly move on here. Before the lunch, I would definitely like to reach a decent milestone in this class. So lean thinking, specify product value. We've already covered this. Identify the value stream, how the value flows in that value stream. Make value flow. Flow means, anybody? In software development context, what is the meaning of make value flow?
Scalable.
Deliver consistently.
Deliver consistently without traffic jams. Not stuck in points, right? Rather than delivering 20 things at the end, I will deliver one thing every hour. Flow, small chunk, one at a time. So deliver value without interruption. Traffic jam, correct or not? Can you imagine? Traffic jam. So that is the idea. We have to reach a stage where it is basically continuous delivery. Isn't it? Customer can use your value creation anytime. Let customer decide when to pull the value, not you deciding and saying we will have a release in June. No, you just build it. Let us decide when to pull the value. So that is the idea of release on demand. So that is also lean thinking, release on demand as your business needs it, and pursue perfection, or rather I use the term pursue improvement. So there is a lot of values and principles here. We have already looked at 4 values of agile and 12 principles for you to refer, and lean thinking, some of the mindset here. Okay, everybody. So this is everywhere. As a product owner, what hits you the most? What do you think? What value principle will be most important for you as a product owner or product manager?
Delivering the prioritized features
from
consistently.
Yeah. So at
No,
principal
just
value level,
Everything.
all. I mean the
all. If you only think, okay, my focus is only to specify value, no, all. Individuals interaction, being on camera
everything
is
is
also equally important for you,
important.
friends. Yeah, Rama?
Everything is important. I mean everything is.
Everything. Because this is more about being agile, right? So yes, something could be more as per your roles and responsibility, but this philosophy has to be here. Just I'm very finicky about not being on camera. We are not realizing what big problem are we are creating for the people. I think I've already covered in my other classes. We have verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Have you seen me moving my hands, changing my face expressions, sometimes coming too close, sometimes going back, changing my pitch and tone, all of these? Yeah. So what percentage of the messaging is passed through verbal communication and what percentage through non-verbal? Any
Non-verbal
thoughts?
more.
Percentage, Rama? Any chance? What percentage is verbal? Basically, verbal is this. If I deliver this class, I share same examples, everything, but just one change. I will just be like this, turn off my camera. So basically, what you are getting now is only verbal communication, correct? You are not getting any noble non-verbal parts from my communication. So what message I am passing to you now? What percentage?
0, 50%.
0, 50%. No, it's not 0. Some messaging happening. It's not 50%. There is a lovely article research done by a psychologist many years back, which still holds true. Only 7% is through verbal. So people whose job is to only write and respond to emails, think about it. How much time are we wasting? Correct? It's better to talk about issues for our organization to thrive. But what we are trying to do, unfortunately, is create evidence for everything. Right? Yeah, everything, every conversation documented. But unfortunately, that is leading to suboptimal value creation than what we can achieve. So again, the choice is yours, but agile philosophy says it in this way: focus more on face to face. Okay, everybody? So for a product owner, everything is equally important. Okay, so allow me a few seconds to decide what next we could do. I'm going to play a video now. So we'll use a case study here from time to time. We'll go back to that. So just give me a few seconds. I just have to find a link to the video. You can also play the video. We agreed that you will play the video. So on your PDF, can you all open page number or slide number 19? I'm not sure what page number it will be. Let me check. If anyone finds it, let me know. The page number on the PDF is 15. On the PDF, okay. Your course material PDF, page number is 15. And on each slide, there is a number, right? It should be 19. Do you get it?
Yes. The video,
yeah, what is the title?
history.
Yes, terrific
TTC
transport.
History.
Yeah. So TTC history and business context. Yeah, let me also do this. First time we are sharing the video, so we will have to do an experiment. Let me. Yeah, I'll have to find the link, but then I'll be ready with the links next
The
time.
Terrific Transport
PPT,
Corporation
there it
has
is,
been
there
a
it is.
leader in the commercial
Oh.
vehicle industry for the past 30 years.
Remove
It
the
all
link
started
and
with a
play.
young man's dream
Yeah, you
to
can click on
deliver.
the URL. It should work. It doesn't work for you?
No, there is no URL. Which URL?
There is a URL.
URL is
Okay.
there. URL is there.
HTTPS is there. Correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so next time I will tell you only the slide number. All of you, please be ready with these links so that it will save us. Oh, Amaze, you have already pasted it. So can you all do this, please? Can you all
A
watch
better
this video
transportation
locally? Please mute
experience
yourself.
and provide
Let
stable
me tell
jobs for
you the
families
timings
in
of
his
this video.
hometown. If you've seen
The
a
duration of
NADEX
this
truck on the
video
road,
is
it's likely that TTC built it. Since our
nearly
beginnings,
2.5
we've
minutes.
always been
So
committed
I'm
to making the world a
2.5
better
minutes.
place.
I'm giving you all
We were the first in our
3
industry
minutes
to
to
make
watch the
being
video
green
locally. Please
and
watch it on
clean
your
a priority,
system.
and our
And I'm
customers
setting
and
a timer
employees
locally for
embrace
me.
these values.
I'll resume in
The
3
first
minutes while you
vehicle
watch the
line
video.
we manufactured was our low emissions long haul
Give me a thumb
Freightliner,
up if you
which
started watching.
originally sold only in the United States, but in the past 10 years has expanded to the international market with the global push for clean
Please watch it
energy.
locally.
Shortly after we debuted our Freightliner, we also manufactured electric and natural gas powered courier vans to make point to point deliveries in busy cities. These have been popular around the world where cities are increasingly looking to minimize their carbon footprint. Over the past few years, we've started to break into the autonomous vehicle market, starting with a government contract where we provided vehicles capable of autonomous delivery on military bases. This was a good place for us to begin our foray into autonomous vehicle manufacturing, since the deliveries were point to point on well mapped military bases, and there were people to load and unload the vehicles at the endpoints. Our autonomous vehicle experience in the government sector and our excellent track record for safety and environmental friendliness have poised us for a unique opportunity to expand into commercial autonomous delivery. And I'm really excited to see what the future brings for the Terrific Transport Corporation. We are innovators. We care about the world we live in, and we are revolutionizing the way we move. We work hard to make the world a better place every day. The Terrific Transport Corporation. Let's get moving. It all started with a young man's dream to deliver a better transportation experience and provide stable jobs for families in his hometown. If you've seen a NADEX truck on the road, it's likely that TTC built it. Since our beginnings, we've always been committed to making the world a better place. We were the first in our industry to make being green and clean a priority, and our customers and employees embrace these values. The first vehicle line we manufactured was our low emissions long haul Freightliner, which originally sold only in the United States, but in the past 10 years has expanded to the international market with the global push for clean energy. Shortly after we debuted our Freightliner, we also manufactured electric and natural gas powered courier vans to make point to point deliveries in busy cities. These have been popular around the world where cities are increasingly looking to minimize their carbon footprint. Over the past few years, we've started to break into the autonomous vehicle market, starting with a government contract where we provided vehicles capable of autonomous delivery on military bases. This was a good place for us to begin our foray into autonomous vehicle manufacturing, since the deliveries were point to point on well mapped military bases, and there were people to load and unload the vehicles at the endpoints. Our autonomous vehicle experience in the government sector and our excellent track record for safety and environmental friendliness have poised us for a unique opportunity to expand into commercial autonomous delivery. And I'm really excited to see what the
Done watching?
Yep.
It was a 2.5 minute video, and I gave you all 3 minutes. Will it work like this? Better? Just, I tell you the slide number, you play the video at your end, and because me sharing might delay or make the experience worse. All right, so with this, we have completed of course, officially the first chapter as per course material, but we have also built a solid foundation of safe and looked at other areas also while we were discussing. So I'd like to take a pause. All of you, take 1 minute of complete silence. Reflect on what has been covered today. If you're writing notes, reflect on the things and ask me questions and clarifications. Again, I'll set a timer of 1 minute. If you have any question, raise your hand. And at the end of 1 minute, I will take your questions. But in the meantime, you can raise your hand. Please think through everything we have covered so far. Okay, anyone has any question? Are we good to proceed? Yes, please. Only in the first chapter, just to share that there is close collaboration. Okay, it's like head coach and batting coach work together. But as you now go deeper into the more deeper with microscopic lensing, what happens in PI planning? So we will then see that during several time of the PI planning, sometime product management will be more active and sometime product owner will be more active. So broadly, this falls under the collaboration work. Yeah, makes sense. So what they are is like manager and senior manager. Correct. So just like, so ultimately both of us are doing management only, isn't it? Just that the hierarchy is different. Okay. All right then. Great going so far, and we will now go into the second chapter. But I just want to show you one last slide from chapter 1, just to be sure that you have got these terms also and have understood it. So basically, collaboration with others. Same issue. Sharing is not
Can't hear
working.
you. Sorry, can't see you. Now
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, these are the other art roles that we looked during the session so far. So please go through this also. And also do one thing, locally look at your big picture and see, can you identify them where these are listed on the big picture. Did we use all the terms? Yeah. See, project. Yeah. So now basically let's look at the parallel. If you look at the safe structure at team level, who are the people? So at team, we are taking the most granular level, right? Most granular. So let's say 7, 8 people ultimately in the whole hierarchy. So they will have technical people. The first architect that you have in safe is at the art level. So in the art of 100 people, you might traditionally call it program. I don't know what you call it, or a project of 100 people. So that architect is, yeah. Now again, it depends. We also have something called as solution architect, which will be more at a higher level. So see, context, you have to bring that in. Yeah. So there is no tech lead, team lead in safe, right? There is no tech lead, team lead. The first level of architecting is solution architecting, but system architect. System architect also doesn't work alone. For all technical thing, they work together with the technical team members. Okay. So the broad level decisions are taken by system architect, which impact the whole art. The ground level decisions are taken by the team members. Okay. Thanks. At least one question was there. Shall we move forward then? Everybody. Yeah, I'm just going a little slow. First chapter digestion taking time, so it's okay because now we are going to move further with some great conversation. So what I'm going to do is also log on to the Safe Studio quickly and then go to the next part, because now there will be more and more activities for you, friends. Please be ready. More and more activities coming your way. So when you go to the Safe Studio, I am doing something just to ensure that we are on the same page. We have completed chapter 1, lesson 1, which was more about introduction, but while we did that, we also went to basics of safe, and we have also covered part of lesson 2 also. So don't worry, this is for my tracking only. If you come up across any question during the break time or any other time, you may want to park it on your physical notes or diary, whatever, or you may want to put it here in the Safe Studio. I hope you know where I am right now. Yes or no? Do you know where I am? It is on your Safe Studio. Correct. Yeah. So 1012, you can add your parking lot question here by clicking on add item, parking lot item, and put your name beneath if you want, and put your question here. Otherwise, my style. I will be very open to take your question anytime during the session. But in case you want to add, you can do that. And now we have also covered the product owner, product management introduction. So this part is also done. We are now going into preparing for PI planning. Do you see where we are? We are now getting into preparing for PI planning. Remember PDCA cycle at the art level? The first thing is PI planning, correct? Planning, PI planning. But can you just walk into the planning? No, we have to do the preparation. So who can tell this question I'm asking? Which iteration, major part of preparation for PI planning happens? Which iteration?
Fifth sprint.
Yeah, which
That
iteration
IP,
in the
that
PI?
IP, correct.
Iteration
Yeah,
5.
iteration planning, IP.
In the IP
Innovation.
iteration, right?
Innovation.
Sorry? In the IP, did I hear correctly? IP, innovation and planning. So in the IP iteration, major part of the planning will happen. So let us go there. Oops. That is the problem with working with multiple monitors, just to enhance your experience. So we'll now go into the preparation for PI planning. Does anyone remember which week iteration planning is? 2 weeks, correct or not? IP sprint is innovation and planning 2 weeks. So in these 2 weeks also, when does that happen? First week or the second week? Preparation.
Second week.
Second week.
No, preparation happens in the
final week.
First week. So I will use my picture here. If you look at it closely, where is our IP iteration? This one, correct? So let's say this is our week 1, this is our week 2. So the PI planning happens in second week. The preparation for the PI planning happens in first week. Okay, everybody? Although the preparation is a continuous journey, but majorly the last moment preparation, you can imagine, right? The last moment preparation happens in the first week of the IP iteration. So preparing for the PI planning, where is it? If you look at our plan, do, check, act cycle, before we do the inspect and adapt of the last these two things happen in the second week of the IP iteration, which is planning as well as inspect and adapt. The prepare for PI planning happens in the first week of the IP iteration. I'll also show you a calendar of the IP iteration. Don't worry. It's all there in your material. It's there on the website. But when the right time comes, I'll show you the entire 2 weeks calendar of the IP iteration also. Currently, we are here. Preparation for the PI planning. PO and PMs here. Question to you. What preparation are we doing to be able to be ready for PI planning? What can you say? You are the product owners and the product management. What are we preparing?
Or next sprint, next iteration.
We are preparing for features for the next sprint.
Features for the next sprint. Friends,
Next
work
PI.
on the chart then.
Next
Next PI.
Art.
PI.
Yeah, PI.
Next, art is people. PI is the event duration. So what are we preparing for? Next PI. But what specifically? Which backlog? PI
Art
planning
backlog.
operates out of which backlog?
Art backlog.
Art backlog.
Backlog. Yeah.
Art portfolio, no. Art level, which backlog? Keep going back to this big picture. Art level, which backlog? Art backlog. That means user stories or features?
Features.
Features. Again, connecting back. I'll keep revisiting, friends. Please stay with the big picture. The more you look at the picture, the better it is. So we are basically preparing for the PI planning. That means, art backlog in a good condition. So preparing for the art backlog. Who all would you be working with?
Our team.
You are the PO and PM.
RT and system
Architect. Product management system.
Business.
RT and product management.
That's all.
And along
Not
with
work
the
with
product
You need
owner
the
as well.
complete team as well, 100 people that were there as a art.
Yes, look at it this way. The product management will prepare and prioritize art backlog, isn't it? The features will be taken up by each teams. So product owner will already start conversing with the teams on the ground. Hey teams, which feature, which story will you take? I hope you can imagine. It's like even in preparation, everyone gets involved in their own way. Just that they do it from their team location, or you can say desks. In PI planning, everyone will come together. But what are we doing in the preparation for PI planning? Getting as much information as possible so that the PI planning is a healthy event. What is the duration of the PI planning? Anyone?
It
PI
can
planning
last
is
up to
a
2 days.
It's a 2 day.
2 days by default, correct? So 2 days by default is the PI planning, and preparation goes on before that. So let's go ahead and I'll show you. So can you all watch this video now? What happens at the PI planning at Travelport? So just to tell you how the PI planning is like, this is your slide number 26. You can go in the sequence now in your material. You all can be on mute, please, if you don't mind.
Can someone post the link on the chat, because since I don't have access to Safe Studio, I'm not in. Thanks.
I'm doing it.
I
Yeah, in
just
fact, Gaurav already did. Yes, please go ahead. And this video is of nearly 2.5 minutes. I'll put a timer now for 3 minutes.
The evolution from the first PI planning a year ago to the PI planning that we're in now, which is PI 6, has changed dramatically. Both enjoyable experiences, but everybody kind of running around like headless chickens, quite nervous in that first PI. And now we seem to be like a well-oiled engine.
It's been probably the most fundamental change for our commercial teams. Our commercial teams never had the opportunities to get in front of the engineers. There was always multiple layers in between there. Having this process where every 10 weeks, we got a business owner who's saying, hey, thank you team for what you delivered last time. Here's what it drove. And hey, here's what we're hearing from our customers about what we need. This is why it's a priority. And when we actually deliver this, here's the value that it's going to drive to them and us.
The teams are so much more confident in their planning. We do things a lot earlier. We collaborate more effectively across the teams and across product management and the dev teams, so that when we come into PI planning, the teams have a good idea of what they're going to take on in their individual teams. We had our business owners come to us and say, look, I know that we have all these commitments, but one of our primary customers has asked us to make a change. We said, okay, what are we taking off the plate of the teams? Because we can't do it all, and SAFE tells us we can't do it all. They agreed that there was work that could be removed. We went back to the teams. And when we told the teams, A, you're going to get started on this, go ahead, we're good to go. B, you're going to remove X off of your plate. They looked at us and they were like, wait, what? We don't have to do it all? The team was able to deliver the new requirement in less time than they had estimated it. And they didn't have to work overtime, and they didn't have to work long hours. And the success of that, and how it motivated the team, and the appreciation that they felt at having been heard and understood was off the charts, and it was amazing.
Just waiting for 10 more seconds. All right, my timer is up, 3 minutes. I hope you all could see the video. So you see what did you observe in the PI planning? How is the mahal like? How is the environment like in PI planning? Anyone?
Busy.
Crazy.
Crazy means why crazy?
More
Come
interaction.
all together and then working towards one goal. Yeah, trying to put method to the matter.
So too much. Settle down and see so many people. Business is there. 100 plus people are there. If you're doing it physically, it's all one room. So 2 days of action packed. Imagine, right? 2 days of action packed planning. So many features to work on and so many. So that the art can set the tempo for the upcoming 10 weeks. Isn't it? Again, will there be a perfect planning ever?
No.
No, there is never going to be any perfect planning. It's all about trying to be as predictable as possible. So that was a broad idea of what is a PI planning all about. So I'm going to invite volunteers. What are the possible input or output of a PI planning? You already know who are the participants. Who are the participants? Entire art plus whom?
Customers.
All the teams?
Plus the business owner.
Business owners. Great answer, right? So you have to involve the business owners here. The key stakeholders must be there. They're all there in a big room doing a 2 days PI planning, which will set the tempo for the upcoming 10 weeks. My question to you all, please raise your hand before answering. What will be the input to the PI planning and what is the output or outcome expected of PI planning? Yes, please. Yes, Salil, start with you. Yes, please.
The input would be what are we trying to build or what we are trying to achieve. What is our goal?
Yeah, that is the purpose. Be specific from the framework of the SAFE big picture that you have. Some tenets from the SAFE itself. What okay. Again, that's very high vision specifically. Yeah. Thank you for the response, Salil. Chanda.
Yes. Yes, input is the business context, the roadmap, and while the output is team and the PI objective.
Team and the PI objectives. So team, PI objectives and art PI objectives. Yes. So all of you, some of you hearing new terms, no problem. As I said earlier, you will get comfortable very soon. Chanda, very close. Thanks for sharing. Sarvanan, what else would you like to add?
The output will be like, since we are planning for the 10 weeks, you need to have at least an epics and features built in out of that meeting, so that you
Is
can
that an
able to have
output?
it may be a review on that what we are trying to go ahead and put it in the system.
So will epic or feature be input to planning or output of planning?
So this is for the future part, the next PA, the backlog item that we are going to work. Probably this would be like what are all the backlog items that we need to
So I
have
will
it ready.
again repeat, listen to my questions closely. In the PI planning, the list of features is an input or an output of PI planning?
That would be, yeah, that would be input. Yes.
Input, exactly, not the output. Input of PI planning is features. So adding to what Chanda already said, you are adding. So what do we need in the PI planning? Some features. We will build on that, friends. Activities coming your way where you will have to write your own features in just a moment. But for that, epics would be already there, and epics would have already been split into features. Make sense? So we are not discussing the portfolio level in this class, but what work would have been done already? Some people have written the epic, and before the PI planning happens, the list of features must be there. Great. So with this great
And
thought,
also any
I would like to.
change as well, and also any change as well that is needed, that would also be coming as an
This is
input.
planning, so any change is welcome. In safe, not just in planning, even during execution, we can make as many changes as possible. So here is one visual, very important. So friends, let's spend some time here. PO and product are essential to PI planning. So this is our PI planning, which happens during inspect and adapt workshop. In which iteration? IP iteration. Immediately after lunch, I'll show you calendar of IP iteration. Don't worry. Now I might waste time finding that slide, but immediately after lunch, I'll show you what happens in those 2 weeks of IP iteration. This is our preparation to PI planning. That means input to PI planning, and this is the output. So let's first begin with the output. So what is expected in the PI planning? As Chanda rightly said, PI objectives. So team level objectives. Remember, the teams work on objectives, and these PI objectives are business summaries or business objectives. Okay, they are not task list or what you are doing. Clear, everybody? These are what outcome we are expecting. Remember, output versus outcome. So the team comes up with their own objectives. We are not doing PI planning simulation in this class. We do it in other classes. Those who have done leading safe or safe agilist would know this. We are not doing simulation here. We are only focused on POPM role. So there is a simulation that we do in leading safe where these objectives are written in all. So teams come up with their own objective, and together the objectives are summarized as art objective. Question to you again, other people, which comes first, team objectives or art objectives? Art objective is art objective, everyone says. These little things will make a huge difference in your agile adoption. The first objectives are team objectives. First, individual teams come up with what is possible. So remember, agile is opposite of bureaucratic culture. Bureaucratic means someone else deciding, hey teams, we have decided these objectives for you. No, teams will plan what they can possibly achieve. Teams will come up with their objectives. Okay, everybody? And these objectives will be.
But PA will plan.
Yeah. Everybody can have expectation, but now team does not blindly follow. During the PI planning, scope negotiation will happen. The team will do their planning and say, no business owner, this is not possible. Let's negotiate. We are short on capacity or whatever, correct? Business cannot just come and say, we want all of this by Christmas and go on a party. That is what we are trying to say here. Okay, everybody? So yes, there is collaboration. Business will have an expectation like Christmas is coming, so we would like something built before Christmas. But remember, the PI planning is an event of scope negotiation, isn't it? So what is possible by the team considering their technical challenges and all of that. So that is why the team will come up with their objectives. Of course, it comes from what? Business priorities. Correct or not? We also discussed what is the input to PI planning, what is the overall vision and roadmap. Amesh, what you are saying. So this is not fixing scope. This is only high level vision and roadmap. For example, things like Christmas ke pehle we have to come up with some 5 new features, blah blah blah. This is not to the planning level. All right, Amesh, have I answered you? So yes, yeah, there will be a broad level objective. Similarly, to be more specific, the product management will also present what? Top 10 features based on what again? Business goal, isn't it? Based on what again? Oh, Christmas is coming, so we would like these things. But this is not yet, kya bolte, what do you say? Forced on the team. The team, along with everyone in the art, will do the planning with lots of scope negotiation and what is possible and all of that. And then the teams will first come up with what is there possible. And another term I want to use, predictable objectives, or another terms, committed. What is possible? What do the teams commit to? Not forcing on the team. And then there is one more output which is called art planning board. We will do an activity around it. So art planning board, basically, can you guess what these cards will be? Come on, let's try and understand what these jargons are. So what are these?
Teams.
Teams. And what are these? Iterations of the upcoming PI. Why is this blank? Oh my god, some problem in the picture.
That is
I think that will be done after fourth innovation.
This is IP sprint. Remember, this is no development, right? Development happens only in the 4 sprints. So this IP sprint, no planning of work, correct? No planning of work. I will, again, as I promised, I'll show you the calendar of the sprint after the lunch break. What are these cards showing?
The features to be taken features or the aspects that they want to.
Exactly. These are features, not stories, correct? Teams are not talking about on this planning board. These are not, these are features. So basically, Team Unicorn is putting this feature, let's say F1, in iteration 1.3. That means, as per the PA planning, they are most likely to deliver this feature here. But what are they doing in the first 2 sprints? Are they doing nothing? Because they are only showing this feature, feature 1 in the 3rd sprint. What is Unicorn doing now?
Planning. It has a dependency on lines, so they're waiting.
Planning.
Our previous.
No, this is this is planning board. This is not planning. So are they doing planning for 2 iterations? These are development iterations, friends. This is the output of PI planning. So there has to be development work throughout the sprints. Yes, please.
So basically, they can't start anything before say because there are dependencies on other features and enablers.
It's about delivering.
They
are in design phase, I think. They are in design.
There is no design phase. Get out of this word. There is no design phase here. There are no phases in Agile. There are no phases in Scrum. There are no phases in Safe. Now, here is the thing. This board, only for the sake of this discussion and PI planning, this board, what is this? Art planning board. Art level planning board. Now, you tell me, what will this information show? Only feature delivery. But this feature will be achieved by maybe 10 user stories. Yes or no?
Yeah.
You have Epic.
Yes.
Epic has multiple features. Feature has multiple stories. So team will have their own detailing of story level planning. On this board, what are they showing? Only feature. So what are they showing? Unicorn saying, hey, this feature likely to be delivered when? In the 3rd sprint. Isn't it? But then what are they working now? They are working on all the user stories which will ultimately lead to feature 1. Make sense now, everybody? Just that on the art planning board, this information cannot be shown. Imagine how big the board will be. So in the art planning board, what is depicted? Features and what? Can anyone guess what is this red thread?
Dependencies.
Dependency. Yes. So basically, what is Unicorn saying? Hey, we are building this feature, which will be probably done by third sprint, and we are dependent on this feature, which is being done by Lion's team. And Lion's team is building this feature, and they are dependent on. Make sense? Yeah, I hope you can see it is very much like your critical path and all. So we will do an activity around all of these friends. I hope you are paying attention. We will do deeper. You will have to interpret one of the planning board I will share with you, and you will have to identify the mistakes there. Very soon, post lunch, much more activities coming. So here is the summarization. What is the input to PI planning? The vision, the roadmap. That's what you said earlier. What we want to achieve in the solution. What is the other input? Top 10 features or top 12 features from the art backlog. Then the planning happens, and the output is objectives versus planning board. So do you see a broad summary? We are not doing simulation of this. We'll only look at what the PO and PM are doing here. Give me a thumb up if you're okay to move forward or ask questions. We'll do one more topic and then we go for a lunch break. Okay, everybody? See, a lot of things are new to you. You will have to read. In just sharing once, things, it's okay. You are understanding now. You might not be remembering the terms. It's fine. But please read and look at the visuals. Things will be more clear. Okay. Here is the PI planning schedule. Now, you don't have to memorize anything, friends. I just want to tell you, SAFE is heavy on content. So don't have to memorize. Just know what information you can seek where. In SAFE Agilist class, we do a simulation of these 2 days, but not in SAFE POPM class. It is impossible because it will take 2 to 3 hours of our time. So what is the day one agenda? Business context is set by business executives. Sorry, Murlidhar. Yes, I see your hand raised. What's your question?
Yeah, thanks, Vinit. In the previous slide, when we said the top 10 art features, right, which goes into PA planning. So when we use the phrase top 10, it already means there is a prioritization that has done to the art backlog. But shouldn't that ideally be part of the planning? And where is the room for scope creep or negotiations when we have already finalized a top 10 feature from the art
during planning, all this happens. During the team breakout, the scope negotiation. Yeah, priority doesn't mean karna hai. Priority only means this is the sequence to go with. Every customer will say what?
Okay.
Yeah, priority is not a promise. You see what I'm saying? Priority is not a promise. Priority means what? Out of the many ideas we got, this is our first priority, this is second, this is third, this is fourth. That's all. Now in the planning, the team decides out of 10 how much is possible. They might come back with the paperwork planning, and they come back with the product management and say, hey, product management, we can only do 7 features this PI. Make sense? Now look at this. Product management gave 10 features. The team finally came up with plan of 7 feature. Now the product management has to make adjustment. Ki out of 10, if only 7 can be delivered by the team, what other scope negotiation can happen? Make sense, Murlidhar? So priority does not mean, now this is my opinion, you may discard it, you may ignore what I'm saying. In India IT service industry, unfortunately, majority of the time when the customer says we want this, what I am taking it as, team believes that ye to karna hi hai. We have to do this. Customer. Yes. Exactly.
So
and that is where exploitation is happening.
So
that is where I already said this, right? This is where, yeah, sorry. I did not see who is trying to say, raise your hand. So that's what I'm saying. We have, yeah, just.
Sorry, I just want to interrupt there. This is Gaurav Goyal. So what I'm trying to say is, it totally depends how much open and how much close you are with your business folks. If you are there and if you want to bring the transparency between them, that what is your capacity and how much you are able to deliver, they probably they will also understand. But at the same time, you need to understand what their fears are. because end of the day they have to deliver certain values to their business as well. So although we are working for with their IT uh, sparks, but they are also delivering the value to their business sparks. So it's a
And then
two-way road, and we have to do the barter system. If something has to be done, what can be taken out?
yeah, so you part of your point is amazing, Gaurav. Thanks for bringing ultimately relationship, right? We have to have the courage. If something is not possible, it's not possible. Just because customer is paying us, they cannot. I mean, unfair expectation. In SAFE, you don't just work with the tech department, you work with business. In PI planning, people are there. In system demo, people are there. You as product management and product owner have to have the guts to go to the customer and say, no customer, this is not possible based on the team's capacity and the current knowledge. Maintain transparency. That's what you said, Gaurav. But it doesn't mean we have Christmas coming, so we have to deliver. What if there is no skill? What if there are other dependencies, right? So this is, nobody is saying we are not doing it. It's just that we are not confident about it at this point. Clear? For example, IPL, I mean, in my basic courses, I draw a parallel with sports culture because the whole idea of agility came from sports culture. When one team scores 260 runs in 21 overs, on paper, we will say the team will lose. Correct? The team chasing will lose. Possible to chasing 261 runs in 20 overs based on past history? No, never been done, right? In IPL. But it is possible. It was possible this IPL. So, at least initially in the PI planning, developers or the teams come up with what is believable, what they can commit to. Okay, everybody? And during the PI, during the iterations, this transparency, feedback, all of these things are always there. Is that part clear, everybody? Ultimately, POPMs, how do you have, what kind of relationship you have with your business owner? Let us ask one or two questions now. Imagine you are a POPM who is only an order taker. Only an order taker. Can you imagine who is an order taker? Customer comes to you, hey Sipalin, I need these two features in the next 3 weeks. And you are a kind of a product manager who is only an order taker. So what will you do, Sipalin or anyone else? You are only an order taker.
We'll just push back to the team and say that get it done, no matter what happens.
Get it done. Yeah, exactly. That's what. But if you are having very good relationship of transparency and trust with the customer, what will you do?
Discussion.
You will say, hey customer, thank you for the ideas. Let me add it to the product backlog. Let me go to the team, give us 3 days time. Let us discuss internally and then come back to you what is possible. And you are even somebody who is a very passionate, about people also. You will even say, my team will not work extra just because you want it. And that is where the difference is. Leaders can make a change. Product managers, product owners, you are the leaders, right? Customer coming to you with requirement, blindly accepting is not a very nice way. Okay, everyone? It demotivates the team. So that is the idea. Product managers should be able to say no to the business owner for them. And then go back to the team, discuss, and then come back. I hope this conversation is helping you, friends. We will move forward. I think we have made a very good platform for some great conversations and deep dive in the post lunch session. So this is our PI planning. So question here, business context. So where do you think PO product management is involved? First. Let us spend some time till lunch now on this only. So business context, not PO. It's maybe some business executive or sponsor or somebody, right? Not part of SAFE framework will do this. So you are not very much involved here. PM involves here. PM share the vision, correct? And also shares the top 10 features. Here, do you think POPM is involved in this presentation?
No.
No, it is more about
it's a solution
architectures. Yeah, so system or solution architect. Planning, context, and launch. So telling the team how the planning will be done. Again, not by POPM. This is by
RT.
RTE. Now you had a lunch break. Team is now doing the planning, like breaking the features into stories, coming up with capacity, what is possible, what is not possible. As the team is doing the planning, POPM, are you involved?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
They are involved on a need basis if there are certain questions or queries for them to clarify.
Yeah, scope negotiations will happen, clarification will happen, right? So team will break features into user stories. Multiple user stories are there now. So who will decide the order of the stories? Order of the user stories. Which backlog?
Product owner.
Product owner.
Product backlog.
Product owner. Product owner is not clear. Go to the product management. Can you visualize it? Imagine, yeah, we are not able to produce it, but that is the idea. As the team breakout happens, these are, product owner, product management will be involved. Now, draft plan review. Draft plan is whatever best level of planning was done by the team, they will do 4 to 5 minutes of quick overview of the plan. Let's say in the art, how many teams are there in one art? Say 10 to 12 teams?
10 to 12 days.
Yes, yeah. So in this 1 hour, 10 to 12 teams will do a 3 to 5 minutes of quick walkthrough. Summary. Are you going to be there, POPM? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. You could even be presenting, right? PO. You could even be presenting the plan on behalf of, it's also possible. So you are there. Now, team will highlight some issues and risks. Correct or not? Team will highlight some issues, saying, no, this is not doable, we lack the scale or blah, blah, we have dependency and all. Then POPM will stay back for management review. By the way, we are covering a summary of chapter 3 now. In chapter 3, we are going deep here, right? So we are kind of covering a summary of whole chapter 3 now itself. So management review, POPM very much needed. Similarly, POPM will communicate the adjustment during this second day morning, correct or not? So whatever was decided the last day, POPM will say, hey team, this is the adjustment. What kind of adjustment can happen? We just had a conversation.
Like the feature adjustment or the scope adjustments.
Yeah, possible, not possible to deliver 10. So some feature might be sacrificed, some story dependency might come. So whatever makes sense in this context, they will do. So some adjustment, business is also there. This is the second team breakout. This was the first team breakout. This is the second team breakout. Based on the adjustment, now the teams will do further planning, isn't it? Same thing. PO will be involved in negotiations. Here, business owner gets more involved. Business now gets involved in breakout session to see how the planning is, what value we are delivering. We'll go more detail, friends. Don't worry. This is a summary of the entire third chapter. Here, POPM involved from now on. What do you think? Final plan review?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Of course. Here also, here also, here also. So after this, the POPM is involved. So this is an overview of our whole chapter 3 of your material. But I have just summarized you briefly so that you can imagine what happens in the 2 days of planning. Okay, this is only preparation. So what we will be do after the break, we will go into how to write vision, what roadmap leads to preparation and all. We are still in the preparation to PI planning. I will take a pause here if anyone has any questions. We have covered excellent ground in the first half of day 1. How is it going for you, everybody? Yes, please. Which first 2 sessions? If it is from the schedule of the PI planning, I already have the answer. They must be there. They must be there.
So they will always be there. They will always be there for any queries or anything at all. They may not be actively participating in that session because it is for the team that they have to do certain stuff like the breaking out scope and scope discussion stuff. But
That bureaucracy. RT and Scrum Master will have to stop this bureaucracy. That's
but
what
everyone
coach
should be
does.
involved, right?
Everyone must be involved. And remember,
Yeah, that
Agile
is what
philosophy.
Agile has come in.
Agile, that's what, man of power. That's an anti-pattern. We are not playing power game anymore in Agile. This is leading to suboptimal delivery, all right? Yes, people will be like this. I totally agree, right? People will be like this. So who is there to change that mindset? Scrum Master, team coach, RT. They have to educate everyone saying, hey, we are doing safe. So when you are doing safe, everyone involved must go through safe trainings, agile training, so that they can come with a different mindset. You are not here to command and control the team, Amis. It is leading to demotivation of people. That's what agile says. We value customer collaboration over contract. We cannot say deliver karna hai, bas you have to deliver. Everyone has equal right to say no, it's not possible. Make sense, Amis? So yes, yeah, people issue will be there, but Scrum Master and RT will come in now and say, hey, this is not how we work here. Okay. Any other question, anyone? I hope you all are looking for your lunch break. It is already 1 minute past 1. Shall we break now? Okay. Yeah. So since we are doing good on time, can we go for 40 minutes lunch break? 10 minutes more than we had planned or I had planned. 40 minutes will be sufficient, everybody?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's resume at around 42 past 1. Not later than that. I am also setting a timer. All right. Enjoy your lunch.
Thank you.